time to start the show. And I'm going to get started right after this.
Evening, folks. How we all doing? So when Spongy gets here, he wants to open up a pack of cards. And we're going to continue the, smash or pass, draft or pass, however you want to put it, on the top 10 NFL players. So, we got like Chad Schrader's in the building. What up, buddy? We got John Jay in the building. And I mean in the building.
What up?
We got Chad Schrader. We got Bebop. What's cracking, guys? How's it going?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, the NFL draft's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
There we go.
And me and Levi will be, doing a show. Speaking of Spongy.
Yeah.
He is.
What up?
Sponge Man.
Devil. So
I
we're
do.
gonna watch him open his cards.
Give me just 1 second. I just gotta find
Is
something.
Dawn in the building? Hold on a second. Where's Dawn? I don't want to see Dawn.
Can I open this for something, please? And thank you. All right. It's it's the Super Bowl cards. So I'm kind of rubbing it in your faces too that my team won and yours didn't.
Oh, I'm over that. Way over
So
that.
isn't that just great?
Oh, for you, you must be so happy. Don't you? It's a YTC.
Oh, I'll make sure.
Oh my goodness.
Can you all see somewhat? Kind of. The lighting is not very good.
Yeah, we can see it.
New setup. Oh yeah, I forgot because Dave is,
I got your big screen.
Yeah. Okay, so I am. It's one pack. So it's a quick.
Are we going to
36
see
cards.
any Bears players?
Maybe one.
Okay.
So here's the team holding the trophy.
No.
Of course. Here is the Super Bowl MVP himself, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Debatable.
This is another Jalen Hurts. This is Saquon Barkley, the best running back in the NFL.
Oh, never mind.
You're gonna say Christian McCaffrey. Here's AJ Brown, one of the best receivers in the NFL. Jahan Dawson, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson. These are all great players here. Cam Jurgens just got the extension. So y'all got to pay Brendel soon. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but Mekhi Becton, Lane Johnson, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. Oh, they should have put the picture of him slapping Mahomes in the face. That would have been a nice one. Honestly. There's Milton Williams.
Yeah.
Nolan Smith. Oren Burks. There is a Niners player in here. Oren Burks. He was only good on the Eagles. Only good on the Eagles. Zach Bond. Josh Sweat, who still claims to be an Eagle after he's signing to the Cardinals. Still says he's an Eagle. Quinyon Mitchell. Darius Slay. The great Cooper DeJean. And I have this card in this as well, which I bought today.
Now, is it DeJean or is it Dijon, like the mustard?
I don't know. I think they said it was DeJean. I think they just call him DeJean, and it all depends how you pronounce.
Looks like you put Chad to sleep.
CJ Garner Johnson.
Chad. He's
Chad,
taking it.
Reed Blankenship. Jake Elliott. Braden Mann, he didn't have to pump much in this game, so I guess they had to find the right moment. Will Shipley, the rookie running back. There we go. Oh, we got the long snapper. The long snapper, Rick Lovato. Kenneth Gainwell. Kenny Pickett. Look.
Look, you can see his baby hands.
You can see his baby hands. He threw a pass in the Super Bowl.
Someone's backstage.
Oh,
yeah.
It's that Florida man. What up, Levi?
What up, gentlemen?
There's a funny story with this card. Hold on.
It's very blurry.
Yeah, I'm fixing that right now. Johnny Wilson, the only attempt he got in the Super Bowl at a catch was he dropped it, so that's the picture they had to use. Him dropping a pass as his rookie Super Bowl card. It's real nice of them.
Was he trying to do an impression of another tight end?
That's funny.
There's Brandon Graham. I know. Okay. Oh wait, is this guy on here? No, they don't have a card. Oh wow. There's Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I thought this was Jalix Hunt. Jalix Hunt actually does not have a card in this. Shocking.
Wow.
Even though he had a sack in the Super Bowl, didn't he? Trotter. Avonte Maddox. Avonte Maddox did not deserve a card. Let me be honest. And then, the last but not least, the best head coach in the NFL, Nick Sirianni.
I wish I could believe it.
The second best coach in the NFL, right here. The second best coach in the NFL, Andy Reid. And then here's the best center in the NFL, Jason Kelce.
Are you sure that is a center? He doesn't look like.
Yeah, he's shirtless in that, but And then you got the great. Hold on, let me do this.
My bad, I was late.
I had to tell Levi what time it was.
Wait, what? Oh, I didn't know that was what the plan was.
Yeah. I thought you were like confused for a second. That I was gonna.
I was just sitting here doing my draft special stuff, trying to slap something together.
Did you somewhat finish that?
So
the defensive side got two more position groups.
But the offensive side shouldn't be too hard. I don't think there's many guys.
It's all.
Oh, Levi, I gotta tell you, the two D3 prospects I found.
Yeah.
There's a running back and of course the center that went to the Senior Bowl.
Right.
I gotta say, of course Thomas Perry, the center, and Tyler Echeverry, a running back from Mount Union.
Okay.
Might be a guy to look at. He's been gaining some buzz lately.
Just got so many notes. I'm just drowning in. Like, my problem is, like, case in point, like, every position group, I'm like, at this point, I don't have the time to separate them clearly. So instead of, like, 5 or 6, it's honestly going to be, like, 8 at every position. But a lot of these guys, man, aren't on the boards on, like, PFF, even though
that's disappointing. I was a little upset with how PFF
Draft Scout didn't have some, Draft
sites.
Tech didn't have some.
Some
of these guys I had to dig to go find something on them.
Well, that's the thing about the draft is players will get drafted and everyone will go, huh? Who's that?
Yep.
Right? Now NFL draft scouts are everywhere. They're like they're like a bad penny. They always turn up. All right. And they'll find guys that you've never heard of.
Mhm.
You know, like the Niners when they drafted Nick Zakelj, we're all like, huh? Who's that? You know, they draft all kinds of guys. Papa J, what's cracking, buddy?
Yo.
Damian Lee in the building.
Mhm.
Oh, and we got Steve-O in the building.
Like, there's a kid
Oh, there's
from
YTC. What up, YTC?
Oh, YTC.
Florida.
Shut up.
Now, again, it's Florida International University, FIU. You know, so it is what it is. You know, competitively speaking. But FIU was ranked as one of the best secondaries in college football this past year, and this kid was one of the big reasons for it. He's got all the potential. Got better every year, and he's not on even most sites. Like, it's wild.
So we are not doing a mock draft. Don't get the intentions wrong here. We've done so many. I've done so many. Oh my
Levi,
God.
is that the Jersey local kid, the Jersey kid from FIU Bugs or Brown?
Blades.
So remember, we're
Blades.
trying to save the commentary for the actual draft stream. And yes, folks, I will be live with Levi. You know, day one. Not sure who else we're going to have on yet. Kenny is doing his own thing, which I don't think he's here yet, with the Power 32 guys. But day two, he's going to be with us, and day three, he's going to be with us. But right now, we're just doing the Smasher Pass or the Drafter Pass, however you want to look at it.
I like the first one better.
Yeah,
I'd like
I
to
know,
swipe left.
right?
We're on
So, Ashton Genty, I mean, the best running back in the draft. All right. So, John J., draft or pass?
For who?
Ashton Genty. This is running backs. We're doing running backs.
No. He's fool's gold.
Ooh.
Trust me.
All right. Spongy, Ashton Genty.
I think even a team. Oh, sorry, draft.
Wish we had cards.
I know, right?
You wish you had cards.
No,
everyone just on the panel holds up.
Spongy, we're just saying if we'll draft or if we'll pass, because as we're going through the NFL draft, a lot of these guys will get drafted, and we will be talking about them.
Yeah, draft.
So draft. All right, Levi, what do you think, Ashton Genty, if he falls to the Baltimore Ravens?
I mean, not for the Ravens, but in general draft. But
Okay, I got you. You're like, he's not falling that far.
I wish.
He
never know.
shouldn't.
You
I
never know. Okay.
would not draft Omari. Okay, we'll get there. Though.
New
So,
development.
Amarian Hampton, North Carolina. These guys have him ranked the second best. He's the 30th, ranked prospect, I guess. And I didn't say it. So Ashton Genty, I would pass, believe it or not. He's just not quite the Niners type. But so John J., Amarian Hampton, running back, North Carolina, draft or pass?
I don't know anything about him.
Good size, 6 foot, 221, 4.46 40, 15
Good pass
rushing
catcher.
touchdowns.
He has the body to, sustain the hits. So I will draft.
The only red he's got is the shuttle. But Spongy, what would you do here?
Probably draft. This all depends on the team, though.
All right, Levi?
Pass.
Pass.
Oh, man, not my guy.
I would also pass because we already have a guy very similar to him named Isaac Garendo. That'd be the main reason. I'm going to be checking the StreamYard to see if anyone shows up. So now we got Caleb Johnson, running back, Iowa.
Ooh.
Draft or pass, John J?
I'm on a pass again. I don't know too much of the running back class.
21 touchdowns. That's pretty dang good.
Mm-hmm.
But Spongy, draft or pass, buddy?
I've heard good things about him, but for now, pass, and I don't think he's a top 3 running back in this class.
All right, Levi, what you gonna do here?
Johnson. I'm drafting, especially if I'm looking for a power style running back.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, the 21 rushing touchdowns.
I'd take him over Hampton.
I would take him, but not in the first couple rounds. Not in the first 3 rounds.
No.
He should be a third-round pick, honestly.
Third-round pick, yeah.
So now
I think Travion should go over Hampton.
Yeah, that's exactly who we're going to. We're going to Travion Henderson, running back, Iowa. Or Ohio State. My bad.
Ohio
he's a
State.
nut. He's a nut. I mean, a Buckeye. John Jay, draft or pass?
One thing about Ohio State, they always have great running backs. Do they transition in the NFL? Yeah, you can debate that, but he's a Buckeye. So their offensive players are pretty good. And so, yeah, you should draft them. Probably like a day two guy.
Okay, I got you. Spongy, draft or pass?
Ooh, this is Travion, respectfully pass. He's not the best running back out of Ohio State, in my opinion.
He likes Judkins more.
He does.
I also like elusive backs more than I like power backs.
Yeah, I like to add that combo. But they got to be able to run with a little.
That's why it worked at Ohio State. That's why it worked.
That's true. So true.
All right, the world's about to end.
Oh, no, count down this draft.
No, I'm just saying, like, will it just automatically add me? It did. Let's say F the Rams.
Second camera.
You see the F the Rams?
That did. That was...
Anyway, I'm gonna pass on him just because it's like I kind of feel like there's a few running backs late we can get. You know, like Kenny, where are you at, buddy? You gonna join tonight? Probably not because he's gonna be on for the next 4 days. I can't blame him.
He's in the chat.
He said he'll be standing up all day too.
No, there he is. There he is.
Isn't Travion one of the running backs that didn't have had zero fumbles this year? There's Kenny.
All right, so we got Dylan Sampson. He's a volunteer from Tennessee. He's 5'8", so he's shorter than me. He's 200 pounds. He's got about 14 pounds on me right now. Wow. 22 rushing touchdowns. All right, John Jay, draft or pass, buddy?
All right. I do know a lot about this guy. Great college resume. I would pass because, again, like these shorter running backs, it worries me. He could be good. You know, there have been smaller running backs that have played, long careers. But again, his resume says a lot. He's taken a lot of hits, punishments. He's averaged, I think, back-to-back seasons in 20. And so that's a lot of workhorse on a running back. So, no.
Hey, we're cruising. Let's keep going. Like, we got Spongy, draft or pass, Dylan Sampson.
Respectfully, he's a top 10 running back, but not top 5 pass.
Pass. All right. Levi, what would you do here?
Drafting. I like him. He's got big play potential. He's still got that. He hits that 200 benchmark for me. Doesn't lose too much speed. Looked like he had good vision at the combine draft.
All right. Kenny, you drafted or you passing on Dylan Sampson?
Dylan Sampson. He's number 8 on my list of running backs, and that's about where he is. And it depends where he goes, right? If he goes to the right team and he's on a run by committee, I think he'll do a very fine job. Otherwise, I don't think that's your workhorse. John Jay, I think, said it. The guy has wear and tear. He's 5'8".
Did we skip Judkins?
No, I think he's
actually next on this list.
Cow.
Yep.
Boing.
And we're on player 6. We got to keep cruising like we are. Speaking of Judkins, Quinshon Junkins.
Hell yeah.
I'm
I mean,
running
I
to
like his hair's pretty neat. All right,
It's dope.
but John Jay, would you draft or pass this guy?
Yeah, like I said, the Buckeyes, running backs, playmakers, etc. It's where you find like talent. Again, like I said earlier, debatable how they turn up in the NFL, but would you draft them? Maybe later in the draft. So I would draft them. I'll take the risk.
Nice, Spongy. I know your answer. I should just skip you.
I'm running to the podium with this one in the third round.
He would draft, folks. He would draft. He's drafted him in mock drafts. So, Levi, what would you do here?
Yeah, it's a draft, dude. There's so many good running backs. And like
And
Spongy
he's one of
agrees,
the better ones.
he's probably better. They knock on him saying he might not run as well if he didn't have as good of an offensive line, and I think that's
Send him to Philadelphia. He'll be fine.
All right,
Yeah.
Kenny, draft or pass? Hold on.
All right, Quinshon Judkins, one of my favorite running backs. As soon as I started watching Ohio State, which was just this year, but I watched a lot of their games. I love Quinshon Judkins. I also think that's why Travion Henderson had a lot of his success. I'm drafting this fool. He's my third running back on my list.
Yeah.
solid.
Potential
I can
second
do
running
that.
back as well.
He's a nice one.
And it comes down to if you can pass protect once he gets to the NFL. If you can't
Yeah.
pass protect,
Which is why Travion Henderson is my number one running back. Even though Spongy was like, "Nah, I don't like that guy."
there's
I
better
don't mind
pass.
him.
If you can't block, there's no rock, right? So
Yeah.
Travion Henderson can block.
Sorry, I thought that this guy is showing up. He's visiting my renters, but I thought that this Indian's supposed to come by tomorrow, and I'm supposed to look at it before the show. So now we're at Cam Scatterbow, or however you want to say it.
Scattaboo.
Scattaboo.
Now I would actually draft Judkins, just so you know, folks, just because I didn't get my 2 cents in. All right, John Jay, draft or pass?
So I want to say this because Arizona won the Big 12 in their first year. Congratulations to them. People are like, he roots for the 49ers, so he has to be drafted by the Niners. But anyway, besides all of that, I want to say that, get that joke out the way. I would not draft him. It has nothing to do because it's an Arizona school. I just think that the hype is like way too overhyped. So no.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. All right, Spongy, draft or pass?
I'm gonna draft. I think I potentially see him as a top 5 running back in the draft. But yeah.
Okay.
And hey, if we're
Levi,
doing hometown
Levi,
players,
what would you
hometown
do
teams,
here?
We get a duel.
I'm gonna ride my horse.
I'm gonna keep it 100. There's only like 5 running backs in this draft class that I'm at least on this most that I'm not drafting. They're
Yeah,
too damn good. You can find a starter or like a potential like third down guy. Like PFF's lowest ranked running back is the best pass blocker in this entire draft class and one of the better receiving running backs. So it's just you can find him in every round, bro.
yeah,
Well, who's that,
but
Todd
that's not
Brooks?
the question. You don't have to draft. The question is, would you draft him at all?
I'm
You don't
telling
have
you,
to
all
pick-
but like 5 running backs I'm drafting.
Oh wow!
If you
5.
need a running back, man, like
Remember, Bucky Irving was ranked 9th last year.
Bucky Irving had the highest elusivity rating out of all running backs in the draft class last
And
year.
he was ranked 9th coming out.
Ooh, we
Sorry,
thought
you can hear my,
we thought
fan
Will
in the
Campbell had gator-like arms. All right, Kenny, draft or pass?
I'm drafting Cam Scattaboo, bro. You know why? You know who told me to do it? Maurice Jones-Drew, and he would know.
Yep.
Cam Scattaboo, number 4 running back on my list, top 5.
I would pass because I don't see him being a system fit.
Wait, you talking about just for the Niners? Is that what we're doing?
And if we're just talking for our team, I'm passing on every running back. Ravens don't need
Yeah.
any.
Oh, yeah. Right.
At
All right.
that point, I'm only
That's
drafting
true,
like
though,
1 or 2
Levi.
running
You're
backs.
100% right.
That's true. So Devin Neal, Kansas.
He's got
Almost
sneak
drafted him
potential
first
to be the
overall.
next Ray Davis, man. He's just like him.
5'11",
Like it.
213.
Now that was somebody ranked well and did well.
Yep. Man, for damn
I mean, he's
sure.
a
All right,
he's a
John J,
workhorse.
are you drafting this guy? Ooh, he's
Exactly.
got all
He
kinds
literally like
Again, I don't know
A
too much
copy of
about him.
That was with
I don't
Cook.
know anything about him. I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right, Spongy, will you draft or pass, buddy?
I'm starting to look at this kid more. I actually like this kid. I feel like the Eagles could draft him in like the later rounds.
he got added
Yeah.
to my draft list late, Sponge. He's
Yeah,
one
no,
of
I
those
don't.
guys.
I mean, I'm looking at like some of the like underlying stuff. It's not bad.
Mhm.
His pass blocking could probably be better though, but
Yeah, you could make that argument though about like 60% of this draft class. They're
Yeah,
not
and
that
most
great.
running backs too.
There's like 3 guys though that like are pretty damn good at it, and they're pretty good wide receivers, but their running potential is definitely.
I could honestly see this guy paired up with Will Shipley and Saquon.
Ooh, Will Shipley. There's a name top 5 rank coming out last year.
All right. So where are we here?
Are we on Levi?
Yes,
I'm
Is this
drafting.
the last one?
you're drafting.
Drafting all
All
of
right,
them.
Kenny, what are you doing?
Devin Neal. I'm not saying I don't like the guy, but I don't really see anything special about him. I had him ranked number 10 out of 20 running backs that I chose this year to like spotlight or whatever. He's right in the middle, so I have no real anything great to say about the guy. He's a good running back. He could do well depending where he lands, right? So I'm gonna pass.
So I'm gonna pass too. Now we're on Jordan James from Oregon.
Hmm.
Another good guy.
I know. John J, draft or pass?
Boo, Oregon. Boo, Oregon. So yeah, I would not draft him.
All right, Spongy, what are you doing here?
See, he's also a workhorse, but I'm gonna have to pass on this one. That 40 time also doesn't, you know,
4.55.
amazing.
Arms, weight,
Nearly
vertical.
a 4.6.
So, all right, Levi, what are you doing here?
I mean, I still draft him depending on the scheme, but
15 touchdowns rushing.
That's one of the
Yeah.
lower ones.
Okay,
Honestly,
Levi,
Well,
I'm
it's
agreeing
fine,
with you more and
workhorse.
more as I look at my list of running backs. There are about 5 really good ones and then some okay ones.
All right, Kenny, draft or pass?
We're talking about Jordan James. He was ranked by,
Would
if
probably
you
pass
see,
on this guy,
by
but-
Draft Buzz, like in top 10. Not for me, though. I just didn't see it. I didn't like it. And I thought Oregon was just like a really, really good team last year, so he probably benefited from that. So I'm a pass on Jordan James.
Okay. I'm a draft because I've watched tape and I like what I see. It's that simple.
He's a workhorse, like Sponge said. He
The film
has
don't-
that mentality. Interesting.
So RJ Harvey's going to be the final guy here. He's number 10. And keep in mind, we still got some serious position groups to get through.
Yeah,
Mm.
sorry.
So,
Sorry.
RJ Harvey, John J, draft or pass?
Let's see.
5'8", 205, 440.
Played in like an underrated school. Not a lot of people don't know that, but I would pass.
22
touchdowns.
rushing touchdowns.
Mm.
It's on me now, right?
Hey, David, just so you know, if you go all the way to the top and click the middle, you could see all of his stats from last year. Oh, shit. It doesn't say it on this for some reason. But you should be able to see all his stats from last year. It should be right under his picture. I don't know why I don't see it.
I like
His stats are 1,577 rushing yards, 6.8
Yeah, no, I know.
average,
Every
22
college.
touchdowns, 20 receptions, 267 yards. But Spongy,
this kid. I think I brought him up during a mock draft, and I said this could be a potential good target. I mean, the touchdowns blur out at you, but like
They had a running back last year that came out of UCF that a lot of people wouldn't talk about.
I mean,
It's usually what
So,
happens.
That was Sponge draft had on his fantasy team.
all right. So Levi, what are you doing here?
like Sponge said, I'm drafting. He's got an elusive rate. It's very similar to Marion Hampton, so you're getting similar production.
And he's like a similar height and weight to Ginty, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
He is. He is.
If we're talking about elusive, like 1, 2, like top like 7, he's right there with Amari and Hampton.
He's a poor man's Ashton Ginty.
Nah.
Yeah, you can kind of say that.
You could say light.
So,
Light.
Kenny, draft or pass?
I'm a draft. This dude's a stud, bro. He's my number 9 running back, and he should be higher now that I'm looking at my thing again. But
There's just so many damn good running backs, and they're all
I just
different.
Point out
Is the
guy,
beauty of it.
I want to point out.
I would draft him just because he's kind of a scat back style, and we don't really have that.
Duh.
So here we are, though. We're at wide receivers. Ket McMillan.
Oh wow!
All right, John Jay, are you drafting or passing?
Man, I will pass. He is, I think, the top wide receiver in this draft, but you can always find wide receivers. It's that position that like you could find anybody. Look what the Niners do. Besides Brandon Ayuk under Kyle Shanahan, Debo wasn't a first rounder. Juwan Jennings wasn't a first rounder. So I'll pass.
I got you. All right, Spongy, draft or pass?
It all depends on the system for him, I feel. So I'm going to respectfully pass, but I have him going in the top 10.
Okay.
Me too.
I smell the
Saints.
Raiders there. So, Levi, draft or pass?
Draft him.
Draft him. Kenny?
Top 5 wide receiver, Ted McMillan, draft, baby. He's going to play with
Right.
BTJ and Liam Cohen.
Oh boy.
Intriguing. I heard they
And
like
me,
Ginty, though.
myself, I would draft because I mean he would obviously is a decent. He's got size 6'4", 219. I don't see a vertical on here, so I don't know what.
It's gonna be sick.
We've seen enough of his vertical on tape in the season, him just going over people.
And that's exactly why I would draft him. He
And
would
who
he would
really
help our
good in
young quarterback.
college? You know who was really good in college with his tall wide receiver? The Prince.
Oh boy. So all right, now we got Matthew Golden from Texas. 5'11", 191, kind of on the light side. 4.29 40.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't quite get 1,000 yards. Got 9 touchdowns.
4-2. 4-2.
This is
What
a
was it?
Houston
116
transfer.
when targeted.
No shuttle,
Oh.
no cone.
I know.
He's got 9.5-inch hands.
That'll help.
A lot of players skip on the 3 cone and shuttle.
Yeah,
now.
I wish they wouldn't. I wish they would have to
I
do it.
agree. I think it's
They
one
should
of the
have to
better
do
metrics.
everything, Levi. This is important, man.
Well, doing the 3 cone, it kind of shows how hard you can cut and what kind of route runner you're going to be.
Yeah, I
For
want
a
to
wide
see
receiver,
shuttle
it's
and three
important.
100%.
Agreed. It's always been one of my favorite drills.
So, is it actually showing that? It is actually showing that. Yeah, let's get rid of that. So draft or pass, John Jay.
So I will draft this guy, and I'm going to explain why. If you don't know Steve Sarkisian, his offense is sort of a mixture of Kyle and his dad. I'm not saying the offense is similar, but if Kyle is looking for that receiver to maybe replace Debo, I would draft him. Now, I want to put a disclaimer. Steve Sarkisian's offense is a pro style mixed with certain elements of the run game. And so it's still a little bit different, but Steve Sarkisian, great coach, brought Texas back to the heights in college football. I would draft him for the scheme.
Okay. So, Spongy, what are you doing here?
Awesome, John Jay.
I'm drafting him.
Drafting him.
Those
Levi?
hands sold me.
Stud
Ooh.
draft.
Stud draft. I mean, he's fast. So,
Might need
Kenny,
to
what do you
put on
got
a few
here?
more pounds
I got him top 5 draft, baby.
Dang.
to
I
put
mean,
some more
myself,
weight.
I
on.
feel like, well, draft. Just because, I mean, 5'11", no, he's not the biggest guy. 191, no, he's not the biggest guy. 4.29 speed, though. There's not many defensive backs that are going to be able to keep up with him.
Not running backwards.
So, he's going to take the top off the defense for any scheme, and make it open up the guys underneath. So that's a draft. That's a draft for me.
And he ain't no one-trick pony either. Is the beauty of it with that speed is.
He sure ain't no one-trick pony.
We got a saying down in the South. These may be new boots, but this ain't my first rodeo.
There you go.
So Luther Burden III out of Missouri doesn't have eye-popping stats necessarily. 6 foot 206.
Yeah.
He had a better year last year. Down year.
I mean, it's 61 catches, 676 yards, 6 touchdowns, 11.1 per reception average. So, John Jay, are you drafting or passing?
Let's see. I hear mixed messaging when it comes to other teams that have podcasts on YouTube and reports. Some say that he's really good. Others say he's really bad.
Some say he's a diva.
Do those teams suck though?
But I do not know anything about him, so I'm not gonna put my opinion. So I'm gonna pass.
Okay, I got you. So, Spongy, draft or pass, buddy?
Yeah, I think on a decent team, I think he'll be able to succeed. I'm gonna draft him. I mean, he's a slot guy who had a down year, but I mean, he's not bad.
All right, Levi, what do you got here?
Like Sponge said, he's a slot guy. He's a yak monster. The down year, though, is people kind of figured it out and figured out how to play them in that offense. I think he's a gadget guy more so, and a slot in the first round, not drafting him.
Maybe.
Second round?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'd take a shot on him.
Okay,
Early second.
All right,
Agreed.
Kenny.
DFS got him as the second wide receiver on their board.
He's the third on mine. I think he can do anything. Play outside, play inside. He could throw the ball. He could run the ball. You give him something to do, and he'll do it. Luther Burden, the third, number 3 wide receiver on my list.
Yeah.
All right. Myself, I would draft because 6 foot 206. If he's a yak monster, that's kind of what our offense does anyway. But I would draft him, not just for the Niners, right?
And he had a quarterback throwing to him that had a broken wrist all year. So you do the math.
So, Emeka Egbuka. Man, what are people? Whatever happened to just naming a guy Mike?
Take it away, John.
So John Jay, are you drafting or passing?
So I would draft him. Probably not in the first round, but I would draft them again. Buckeyes, that air raid offense creates quality wide receivers because it teaches them to go deep downfield, stretch the chains, basically like there's a reason why Buckeyes wide receivers are drafted where they're drafted, and in the NFL, no disrespect to the slot receivers and all those gadget receivers. You want a receiver to go downfield and make that big catch. Yeah, so I'll draft.
We gotcha. All right, Spongy, draft or pass?
Oh, I'm gonna draft. I mean, I think he's going late first, early second. Another guy like that. I don't even think there's many first round receivers in this draft. Maybe one.
Steve-O here?
Is he backstage? No.
Receiving class is good in the second, third round. But, I mean, this guy, he's been a top guy for a while.
They've been talking about when he's going to, since his freshman year at Ohio State, they've been talking about when this kid's going to come out.
He's another slot receiver, though, guy.
He is.
But, he was a 5-star on every website besides ESPN. I mean, I feel like all the other websites matter more than ESPN because 247 and Rivals are more college and they know more, but
Rivals is high school.
I'm drafting Dave McNiner. He is more of a slot guy, but I think he's got potential, and I just I mean, I think he's just been doing it for a good long time and at a high level. No matter what, he's a great number 2 wide receiver, and that's his floor. So,
All right. So, Kenny?
I'm drafting him. He's my second wide receiver on my list of wide receivers. This dude's a beast, and he's come from Ohio State. If he goes to the Cardinals and plays with Marvin Harrison, just think about that shit for a second.
Yes.
Oh, boy. Let's not
Yeah.
think about that.
PFF's
Well-
got him over Bolden from Texas.
Well, so, myself, I'm going to draft him because, Ohio State receivers, they put in some work. So 81 receptions for 1,011 yards, 10 touchdowns. Decent size, 6'1", 202, 4.45. So he's not the fastest, but he's not the slowest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't see any red on his measurables here.
What's funny is he's played more slot than anything, but his first year at Ohio State, 2022, is when he played his most wide snaps in that offense, and that was actually his best year. He put up 1,100 yards in 13 games. He basically 3 games less. He put up more yards and the same amount of touchdowns, but still played a lot of slot.
We got Jaden Higgins from Iowa State.
This kid's going to be a steal.
Wow, this guy's got some measurables.
He's got
gonna
tiny
be
hands,
steal.
though. He's got
Okay.
tiny hands.
What? His
Then
hands
they-
at 9 1/8.
They said that about
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, and then they highlighted all his drops in training camp, and I think we know how that went.
You know who else? He also has a red in the 3-cone and a red in the shuttle.
Yeah, that's not his thing. I'm drafting him like I'm drafting like for if I want a faster version of Tetro McMillan, this is your guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I see.
That's what you
orange,
draft
maybe
him for.
my-
I hate it. He's kind of gadget in that sense. You could argue that he's just hey, I'm going to throw you back shoulder fades and goes all day with maybe some comebacks if you can learn the route tree.
Well, being 6'4", I clicked out him too early. Being 6'4",
I'll give you that
214, that's pretty good. But
Of course,
John
he's a
Jay, you
Miami boy.
drafting?
He runs fast.
I will draft. I will draft him. He's not a bad receiver. I saw some of his games. Now I didn't see every game, but the games that I did see, wow. Now, just because he had some good games doesn't mean that every prospect has things to improve. But yeah, he's pretty good. So yeah, draft.
Yeah, day before the draft, CG is still doing interviews with guys, man. The guy's grinding.
That's dope.
Oh yeah, I forgot because I'm so busy. I always miss his shows.
But so all right, Spongy, draft or pass?
On a little rant of how he sucks, but no, I'm drafting him. I mean, his height and his
Okay.
speed. It's crazy.
Where'd Kenny go?
And if he
Oh,
can
did
get
we
his
lose him?
route running like crisped up, like
I know
But
I
I
didn't
think
put
this
you
next-
backstage, Kenny.
but
No.
I know I
think
didn't
this
put
next
you in
guy-
timeout.
I had to
this
make a
next
Mai
guy
Tai.
could be better.
A Mai Tai? Okay.
What's crazy about this draft class is like there are so many big wide receivers that run that. And again, like we talked about previously, like this is like one of the fastest draft class of wide receiver in history. There are so many big guys that can run fast, and it's going to be so fun to watch just where they go. Like
That
I'm
too.
waiting for the Packers to grab a few.
Okay. Now this could go a couple ways. Like, what exactly? So,
We ain't talking.
all right.
about
So
Nina.
you would draft though, Levi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kenny.
He doesn't make my top 10 wide receivers, but I'm drafting him.
All right.
Who? Jaden
Myself, I would draft. I mean,
I also heard
just
Purdy
having a guy
likes him.
that's 6'4" and being able to go up and get the ball over all these shorter defensive backs that are in the NFL, that's just going to be
Higgins?
useful.
It's gonna be helpful.
Iowa State, that's cool.
Hey, your quarterback's from Iowa State.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Brock Purdy's Iowa State.
Brock Purdy loves Jaden Higgins, by the way.
Is Brock Purdy Iowa State?
Yep.
Yes, Brock Purdy is Iowa State. There's 2 Iowa State receivers in this draft also.
Yeah,
Probably
and they
somehow.
he's the big X guy, and then you got the slot guy.
See,
Yeah.
Noel is in my top 10, not him.
Yep.
And
Noah's
then
coming up.
we got old Trey Harris from Ole Miss, 6'2", 454,
Hey.
1,000 yards receiving on 60
Yeah.
receptions. So that's 17.2 per reception.
Mhm.
Senior,
Draft.
developed.
All right, John Jay, what are you doing here?
See the cross? It's a good
So
boy.
I haven't done a lot of draft stuff, but
Sorry, Levi.
I've seen this guy play the last couple of seasons. Old Miss is a program that gets no love for some reason. Oh, because they're not Georgia. Good receiver. I'll draft him. No hesitation.
All right.
Well, fun
Spongy,
fact about
what are you
this
doing
kid:
here?
if
Huh?
you're looking for a guy that beats man, he is the number one graded wide receiver versus man coverage. Didn't see like a ton of it, but when he did, he cooked him.
Great point. Because a lot of these guys can't handle that press coverage. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's Levi.
I already
Levi's
told you
drafting.
I'm drafting
Wait.
him.
And then you
Levi,
got Spongy.
I
though.
think we might
Spongy's- what are you doing?
Can you braid your beard hair like a Viking? At some
You know,
point?
if I didn't cut it, absolutely, and I joke about it with my girlfriend all the
You should
time.
do that in the
This
fan-
is like small beard right now.
No, you
Nah.
get two of them.
All right, Spongy.
Right?
Spongy, what are you doing?
Ooh. I'm drafting this kid. Talk
Down
about a
for
kid who went
All
former
right.
2-star recruit from Louisiana Tech, who just last year transferred to Ole Miss,
LT.
where they develop amazing wide receivers. Always do good in the NFL. I am drafting. I'm actually running to the podium.
Yeah, he's gonna make some teams
That's
so happy.
When? That depends when we pick, Steve. I really hope it's not.
Actually, so they got his
And he's
measurements
gotten
wrong.
better every year over 5 years.
I would take Ricky
Measurements
White.
wrong. I'm pretty sure he's
That's
6'3",
who I want.
210. I think he's
Yeah,
6'3",
yeah.
210 pounds. They say he's 6'2", 205. I think he's 6'3", 210.
By the way, Jaden Higgins, who we were talking about a minute ago, is the second wide receiver versus zone coverage in this draft class.
All right. Kenny, draft or pass? And
Draft.
I got some Ayuk news. He's still recovering from his knee injury.
I am drafting this guy. I love this guy. He's sixth. He's one of my top 10 wide receivers in this draft. I draft him.
Yeah. All
Sponge
right.
did
Now
say second
I would
round.
draft this guy. I mean, we are going to be without a wide receiver for at least a half a season, if not more. And that's speaking of Ayuk. It's just the thing. Guys got to go through his rehab, so you never know. Might have a setback. We'll see. We'll just wait and see what happens.
Sometimes after an injury, it takes 2 years to get back to where you were, and by then he'll be begging for more money. So congratulations, Knight.
Oh my goodness!
The guy
Yeah,
after
I
this
know.
kid, we got to talk about injury.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So Jalen Noel injury. Levi, is there something
No. The next guy after this guy.
Okay. So Jalen Noel, Iowa State, another Iowa State guy, huh?
Purdy likes him too.
They ate zone coverage up there at Iowa
5'10",
State. He's number 4 on the list.
5'10",
Ooh.
194, kind of on the smaller side. 14.9 average, though, for reception. And, almost 1,200 yards. 4.39, so he's quick. Probably be a good slot receiver. All right, John Jay, you drafted or passing?
I'm gonna be the opposite of his wide receiver. The other guy. I'm gonna say no to him.
Okay. And Spongy, what are you doing here?
Yeah, no, I like this kid. He's gonna be good, but I'm a pass.
Okay. Levi?
I'm actually right there with him. I like this kid, but I'm going to pass.
About him. There's something about him.
All right, Kenny?
I'm drafting this dude all day. He's in my top 10. He's awesome. He would be perfect with.
All right. Myself, I'm gonna pass just because it's like, a guy like this kind of reminds me of Danny Gray, but
Oh wow!
I know.
He had,
I know.
but Danny. See, here's the thing: Danny Gray is a Super Bowl champion.
That's right.
So
Before the
we're
night.
about to talk about injuries here with Royals.
I like.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like Royals
the
has
injury?
got some great numbers. He's been good against man coverage, but played 7 games this year and only 7 games in 2022. So
What you're
2 out of
saying-
3 years he hasn't made past 7 games.
What you're saying is that he's gonna be able to fall. And like,
But
that's
last
not
year,
gonna be-
That's not a
dude
good
had
idea.
1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns. And again, he's been a consistent man beater. I think I'm not positive, but I'm guessing he's got some good route running.
So he got 834 yards in 7 games.
Yes.
Yeah, and again, he cooked man coverage.
I mean, wow, that's impressive. Now, from what I've seen, and I am Utah State. You guys say it only has a couple drops, but I saw a lot of catchable balls that were getting blamed on the quarterback. So, I mean, I have my opinion on the guy, but John Jay's first. John Jay, draft or pass?
So one quick note, like, players who are injured should always be like, do you want to invest on their rehab and them keeping them healthy year after year? And so it's always a risk. It doesn't mean because they've had injuries, they're going to be horrible. Okay. Frank Gore had 3 injuries in college and he's up there in the top 5 in rushing yards. But back to the wide receiver again, no knock to the Mountain West Conference. It's a trash conference. I would not draft anyone from the Mountain West. I want to bring up a name that I think maybe McNiner knows. Remember Kyle Shanahan's first running back that he drafted? He was
Bill
out
Williams?
he was out of the team before week 1.
He was a great running back in college.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he didn't even make the roster. That was the 4th round pick. All right, Spongy, are you drafting or passing?
I'm gonna draft this kid, but I see something weird. I don't know. It's just weird to me, but I don't know if it's weird to you guys. When he was working out for them his sophomore year, because he was a JUCO guy, I'm pretty sure, from Georgia Military College. And then he worked out with Utah State. He had a reported 4.32 40 then, and his 40 dropped by 0.10 points. So is that something to worry about, or no?
I don't know. So, Levi, what would you do here?
I love the kid. I wish him the best, but I'm passing here. Like John Jay said, I think it's more of a competition thing.
Yeah.
Looking at his season from a year ago, there's like not a lot that sticks out to me.
You said he missed 7 games in 2023 and in 2024?
He only played 7 games.
Guess how many touchdowns he had in 2023?
In 2023, that was his full year where he played 13 games, and he had 15 touchdowns.
15 touchdowns.
Over 1,000 yards as well.
Yeah.
Yep, but pass.
All right, Kenny.
I heard the girlfriend's on BRB.
This one's tough because I have him in my top 10 wide receivers, but I'm going to pass on him only because I don't like his size and he's an outside X at 6 feet. The injuries are the concern, but I like you also said, I don't want to fault the guy just for injuries. If it's the 4th round and he's sitting there, I'm taking him in a heartbeat. That's what you're asking.
Exactly. That's true.
You know what I mean? It's all about when they're gonna go. So
exactly.
Because look, Brandon Ayuk was never hurt, and now look what we are stuck with, right? So who cares? He was never hurt before, and here we are with no fucking wide receiver who we're playing how much millions of dollars to. So I mean, I don't want to hear about injuries.
No,
Yeah, he's already got paid like I think it's 45 million?
We should have got a haul for that dude, and we should have been picking 4th this year.
Oh my goodness!
But they're second,
not get a
second rounder.
participation trophy.
Anyway,
that is not a participation trophy, crazy.
So myself, I'm going to pass on this guy due to injury history and what I've seen with his hands. I'm going to keep it short and sweet.
9.5-inch hands. It's not small, but it's not.
Well, his hands, they rated him at 71. So let's look at Jack Beck here, our next participant. So
Yeah.
16.7 yards per reception. Dang, 4.55. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Besh. Jack Besh.
His hands are 91. So if that doesn't tell you, there's a staggering 20% difference there.
Yeah, it's way
in the
worse.
rating.
His
Mhm.
hands are even smaller than Jalen Royals.
But his hands are better though. He's got a 91. Look, 9-inch hands, 91% rating on him. So he's pretty good with them baby
Yeah.
pot. It's like
He does have great hands, but he has small hands. Doesn't mean they're not good at catching balls.
how big are these? These guys are 9.5. He's a little bigger hands. I wonder what his excuse is.
Listen,
Anyway,
you were going 9.5. You'd take
John J. Jack Beck from TCU.
It's Besh.
So-
Draft or pass?
Very
It's
simple.
best.
I will pass because Sonny Dykes, the head coach of TCU, is an overrated coach. His scheme is so bland, horrible. The numbers will fool you. It's basically bad offense. So no disrespect. He could be a great player. I could be wrong, but no.
He could be the
There's
next
Tommy.
Pua, bro.
Look, Tommy.
Am I in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she said.
Oh,
Look at my name.
I
Are
just
you in? That's my favorite Jackbox game and party name right there.
crazy. Bro, you're always funny, man.
But so
Thanks, John.
Spongy, are you drafting or passing here?
Oh, he's backstage.
Oh,
Who?
he gone.
Oh,
Spongy?
fuck.
Spongy's gone. McDonald's Wi-Fi went out.
Pass.
What McDonald's Wi-Fi?
McDonald's Wi-Fi.
My girlfriend brought me Culver's onion rings.
Ooh.
You need a little ketchup on those.
Doo-doo-doo. I am rearranging
Subs are getting
the
destroyed.
crew back in order here.
Sorry, I'm back. My bad. My apologies.
I like to put them on
Okay,
my
now
burgers.
you're back in order. All right, Spongy, draft or pass? Jack Beck.
I mean, you guys know, if anybody of y'all were there during the mock drafts, I liked this kid, so I'm drafting. I mean, he's got connections in the family. His brother played receiver. I'm sure.
Okay. So now we're on Levi. Draft or pass? Are you muted?
No,
I am muted. Thank you.
your
Okay.
mic was off.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm passing on this young man. He's a great guy. Love the Senior Bowl.
Huh?
Huh?
Se fue.
We just totally lost him. He totally dropped out there.
What is going on?
What the hell was that?
David, I
Back,
have a
baby.
question.
Everyone.
Hold on, he's back already.
I don't even know who the fuck this is. Mac
Yeah,
Beach.
My bad. I hit the
Betch.
back button like the other night.
You're all
Jack
saying it wrong.
Beck.
It's
It's
not his
not
name.
Jack Bitch. It's Jack Beck. Okay.
No, it's
me a
not Beck
pass.
either.
What is this, an undrafted guy?
No, he's not. He's a very good. He could be the next Puka Nakua, guys. Come on, stop.
So.
Oh, damn.
So Levi's passing though. Levi's passing.
So he's a guy that opens his mouth about other people's money?
No, he's just salary cap illiterate. That's all.
I will be honest. When I saw Puka say
And-
that, I was like, "Bro,
Yeah.
that's a no-no. You don't talk about other people's money in the NFL." Like,
No, my dude feeling himself like the Rams, and they're gonna be in for a rude awakening.
I hate to be this person. When you do stuff like that, Puka, man, you putting a hex on yourself. Like,
Yes,
I
you
know. I liked the way he talked, but when he talked about money like that, it's like, come on, man.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was low blow.
Well,
That was
and
low blow.
on top of that, it's like y'all are paying Stafford, so that means your window's done, right?
do. Okay, but I saw
What's he
him
getting
in-
paid now? 40 something?
I know
Probably.
Puka was out of pocket with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounded like he'd been hanging out with Aaron Rodgers and Ayahuasca hut a little too much.
Ooh,
Mr. wants
Ayahuasca?
$60 million guaranteed for a year, Aaron Rodgers. So Kenny, what are you doing here?
they pay me $10 million?
so here's the thing. First of all, his name is Jack Besh, like Besh.
Beck.
Like bechamel sauce?
Exactly.
Oh, so there's no
Kenny,
T?
it's Beck.
No,
it's
it's
Beck.
Besh.
So you're saying he's a French mother sauce?
He could be a Bernay. Man, Bernays. Listen, this is possibly the next Puka Nakua. I'm not passing on this kid. I'm 100% drafting him. He just makes my top 10. Like, you look at his numbers when you went up. You looked at his tackling, his pass blocking, his catching, all that shit is on the money. I don't know what the hell scheme.
And a Senior Bowl standout.
He can only run the scheme that the coach calls, and he fucking nailed it. And so I'm drafting this guy.
Yep.
And another thing,
Okay,
Puka Nakua, if you watch that interview, I watched the actual interview. I actually watched the interview. And if you look at him, he even makes a stupid face knowing he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about when he's talking about.
So he's just trolling.
So he's trolling. He's not serious. He's trolling.
Kenny,
I got a question real quick.
Kenny,
They get their ass whooped right now.
no, Kenny. If everything you say is true, he just had a trash coach.
Yeah.
Nothing's funnier than they asked one of the Ravens. They're like, how could Marlon Humphrey, our Pro Bowl cornerback, they're like, how could Marlon? I think it was Kyle Hamilton. How could he improve his golf game? And Kyle looked at him and was like, pray to God a little harder. Like, just roasting.
Golf
I
is
love
the ultimate game of character.
For offensive line, are we doing just tackles and like a guard?
Oh,
Or, like,
Jesus.
What do you mean? Tackles,
two
guards?
separate. Are we doing tackles and guards separately?
Well, let's finish this, then we'll figure
Yeah.
that out. So we got Elik Ayumanor. How do you say that last name?
I think you got it. Ayoman or
Ayumanor. It's like is that like what they say in New Jersey when they're telling someone to wash their manners?
I don't know. I haven't lived there in so long. I can't remember.
Oh, okay. But so
Spongy,
John
I know.
Jay, are you drafting or passing this guy?
Okay, so I don't live too far from Stanford. He's pretty good. He's a really good receiver. This year, Stanford, they weren't really good. John Lynch was, with them a few days ago. I saw some pictures on social media. I would not draft him. No disrespect. It has nothing to do with the school, but he's a good receiver, but I would pass on him.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, just hit a home run.
Yeah.
So Spongy,
Wait, no, he didn't.
What do you do here?
I just want to say, I personally don't like this kid, but something about him, he's a sophomore, a redshirt sophomore.
Undeveloped.
So he's a little bit undeveloped, but also he's Haitian, I think.
He's the
And-
Trey Lance of wide receivers, is what he
And
is.
Hey.
I want to say the Niners are very, very interested in this kid. So don't
Yeah.
be
Oh my
shocked
goodness.
if
Mhm.
he is
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
So
second or third round pick by you guys.
So it doesn't matter what their background is. Haitian. I don't even know where that is. It's somewhere on Earth.
It's
Yeah.
an island.
It's attached to the Dominican Republic. It's
I
in
know.
the West Indies.
So, all right, Levi, would you draft or pass on this guy from Medicine Hat, Alabama?
Medicine Hat.
That's gonna be a pass for me.
Alabama.
He's got potential. I know a lot of people are really
Medicine
high on
Hat.
it, but that's
It's
a
supposed to
that's
be like Haitian.
I'm
Something.
just Medicine Hat. Who the hell names a city Medicine Hat?
Yeah,
Okay,
when-
sorry. Shout out
Ask
to
a
all you
friend.
people in Alabama. I know you
Rich
didn't
people
name that.
buy neighborhoods all the time and name a bunch of crazy shit. That's what happens.
Oh, okay, I'm in her hometown.
I think it's a city in Haiti.
Yeah, it's a city in Haiti.
Blame the French. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
True.
So,
Actually,
Levi,
Medicine
you
Hat-
draft you. What
That's
are
a
you doing
pass
here?
for me, big boss. He's
All
got
right.
potential,
Kenny?
but I'm a pass.
Yeah, he doesn't break
Really?
my top 10. I'm passing on this guy. Sorry, Alec.
All right.
A little bit of his
And
background.
I'm also passing on this guy. What we got here?
I
That's
feel
why he's
for
a
the
Niner.
His hometown
Oh.
is Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada.
Yeah.
He also has
Oh.
family roots in Kincaid, Saskatchewan.
Ooh.
While he spent time at Medicine Hat High
How's
School,
this gonna
he
work?
later attended Petty School in New Jersey and Deerfield Academy in Massachusetts.
Wow.
Jokingly, this is the next linebacker for the Dallas
Oh my
Cowboys.
God, look at this boy.
Look at
Look at
that.
that.
stadium.
All right,
Look at that,
go
son.
For it, go for it, Levi. We'll take a break from this.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Watch
Look at that
that, man.
stadium. Hey, listen,
Be blessed if they have that guy.
listen. I have to say this as a
Wrestling
joke.
a cow. Now that's like an offensive lineman right there. But
Yeah, but it
I'm
wasn't
saying.
alone.
Like,
He had help.
I have to say this. I know I criticize our stadium, but it's still our stadium. Way better than Philadelphia. Cough, cough.
you haven't seen this.
You want,
jokes.
John, you want me to go through those cards again?
I'm sorry. I apologize. I
The Baltimore Ravens select wide trash receiver, Mr. Trash Wheel, here in the Baltimore Harbor. Coming in at 60,000 pounds and 50 feet long, Mr. Trash Wheel.
So apparently we already have our first round selection, guys. No, we need to worry about it. It's
Very
only
nice.
60
Get that-
costs.
Get that lady a ambulance in Baltimore.
Man down, call an ambulance.
that's funny.
On the ambulance, someone breathe, bro.
anyway.
Add this back. Did you?
Baltimore
I
East.
got a badge for being the top
Interesting.
0.5 listeners of Kendrick Lamar on YouTube.
Oh wow.
And,
I listen
think
to
I
it
got
too
that
much on my
Lamar.
workout track.
My number one
think
Spotify guy
wait,
was
you got the
Andrew
number one?
Bocelli.
Who is this Kendrick
I-
Lamar?
actually, my number
Woo!
one this time around was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Ooh.
So these guys just put all the offensive linemen in here. So we're just gonna do all the offensive linemen.
That's what I
Dude, that
said.
sucks. We didn't even talk about Savion Williams, which was in my top 10.
Dude, we're not gonna make it through all the position groups in time.
Yeah.
We can,
But,
we can do a pregame show tomorrow, David.
Oh my God, no! I have to.
What,
do
another mock
schedule
draft?
tonight still.
No, look. We're starting the draft like me. I got dead nuts on the time because it's kind of like they're not going to start the draft right off the bat anyway.
No, at 5. They'll start
We
at
will have
5.
some time right there, you know.
The clock,
But yeah,
the at 8 o'clock, the clock's not going to start. At 8 o'clock is when they're probably going to be like doing all the announcing the honors and like.
Yep. Yeah, they'll
We
drag
set
it
up,
out.
like,
It
20
won't
minutes
start.
before they
It
start
won't
the
start at 4
that's
p.m.
exactly it. It's like it's like I got to work in the morning, guys. Can we get the clock started? You know.
I know.
But
I'm watching
it is
all of
what
that
it
first
is.
round for us to probably trade out of the first round.
Do you get
entirely.
2 minutes or 3 minutes on the first night?
I
But
think it's
so we
5 or
got
15.
10.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like
What?
It's way more.
So we got Will midget arms Campbell.
He's like the Kenny Pickett of offensive tackle.
The people of Baton Rouge found that offensive.
Oh,
Well,
not,
I know.
now they're gonna find
well,
us.
the thing is his span, the 77 and a quarter span, that might be more of an issue than his arm size. But
Man, it's all
either
bad.
way, his 40 time 498, 10 yard split being 176. He's athletic. So I think the athleticism can more than make up for that, right?
He's got-
No.
Hey, I'm assuming you guys started
I'm
with
s-
quarterback, right?
I'm saying no on Will Campbell.
Wow.
We did quarterback last week,
We did
Kenny.
quarterback last
Oh,
week.
okay, my bad.
No to
And
Campbell,
everyone
no
looked
to
at, like,
Banks.
in-depth prospect,
Wow.
full-on scouting.
Yes
you
to
know.
Mimbo,
You guys
Mimbow,
are
or whatever it's
crazy
called.
You're crazy on the Banks. I told
So John
Dave-
J, draft or pass this guy?
Banks is not a star.
So
We need a star in the first.
the 49ers need
Tom's
offensive
not
line
gonna
help,
make us, and I'll
but the
explain.
Niners are not going to draft offensive line, so pass.
Nah.
What'd y'all
Banks
think
will
of
make
Schedule
us.
1 yesterday?
I want them to draft offensive line, but they're not.
There's nobody good
Yeah.
except Mimbo, and he's not going to drop to 11. No way.
Membo
Y'all are
is up
keeping-
to 11.
Because y'all
No, he's
are
not.
keeping Jake
You want to
Brendel.
make a bet?
Ripping.
Ooh,
How much?
Well, hold on.
Ooh.
These guys
You're
are
gonna
making
shave
bet.
off both.
All
of
right,
your
Spongy, draft or pass?
If they pass on Membo, I'm going to kill somebody.
They're not gonna pass on.
He's in
no, I would want to, but
That's dark. That's too dark.
I know. But they should. Everyone should be fired and executed and dragged through the town on an old-fashioned horse and buggy,
Ride my horse.
like what they
very
did to
intriguing.
Mussolini.
Wow.
I'm-
What about
that's
cutting a
good.
dick off and preserving it forever?
Are you talking
Ew.
about dragging
That's
him around
Napoleon.
the area? Like
All right,
Achilles did
One of
to
those
him?
Russian guys, too.
Spongy, draft or pass?
He's intriguing, but I'm going to pass.
Okay.
Pass the chip on
Levi?
the left-hand side.
Levi?
Is he playing tackle or guard?
He's playing.
says
over-
I'm
tackle.
gonna say we're just doing offensive line here, so he could go either.
I'll draft him as
Yeah.
He can do both for all I care.
Draft.
Okay.
Gonna-
Kenny, draft or pass?
Dude, this guy is going to be in the NFL for 10 to 15 years. He's a professional. It doesn't matter if you have him on the inside or on the outside. This guy's going to go fourth to the Eagles, and Mike Vrabel knows what he's doing. Thank you.
To the Eagles.
I'm sorry, to the Patriots.
To the Eagles?
Well, thank you. I would love Wolfham.
To the Patriots. To the
Oh my
Patriots at
goodness.
4.
Are you
The
saying
Eagles,
the Patriots
the
are
Eagles
the
don't
Eagles?
pick the Eagles don't pick at 4.
Oh, but
So
we
the
could.
Patriots at 4.
Patriots at 4.
All right. So I'm personally, I would draft the guy, maybe not at 11, because we would
Ooh,
just
hot
kick
take.
him inside. I mean, any guy we draft at 11, we're kicking inside. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Trent
You
Williams.
guys have Jake Brendel.
Well, we have an open left guard position, obviously.
No,
Oh, we have an open right tackle position. Trust me.
Okay.
Now,
He's. I guarantee you.
Competition.
I guarantee you,
Yeah.
McKivitz is going to be gone the 2026, and he's going to get paid a crazy amount of money. Watch.
You're not
Yeah,
wrong.
In
Jake
free
Brendel's
agency.
big time.
this guy has
Brendel's big
climbed
time. You guys
boards
are
like a
connected.
Brendo's
mother.
going to
He
get a
was somewhere in
huge
the
contract
20s.
extension in the fucking snack bar where he
No,
belongs.
No.
No, in the snack bar.
Oh,
Working
snack
at the
bar.
snack bar.
Oh, I was
Huge
about to
contract
say,
extension this year from the Niners.
Hey, you want cheese on that hot dog?
yo, Tommy, why don't we just trade up to Philadelphia?
Excuse
you guys
me.
want to trade
I,
back?
I ordered no
Yeah, glad.
mayo on my.
On a hot dog, but mustard.
Hey, give me. I love mayonnaise between two buns.
I love mayonnaise in a corn dog.
So now we got Armand Membo.
Woo!
Okay. One of the premier
No,
right
it's not
tackle
okay.
prospect in the draft. So John Jay, draft or pass?
So everyone has been telling me this guy is really, really good. I know we don't draft offensive line, but if I was John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, I would draft this dude.
Okay, I got you.
Look at Crazy Juice's
And
comment.
Spongy,
I was
draft or
reading that
pass? I think
slide.
you're gonna say draft here, but
Look at
Crazy Juice
Juice's
knows who
comment.
y'all are drafting, by the way.
I see that. Mr. Johnson from FUB University.
No.
So he
It's
can't
Chris-
play in Florida? Ooh, rough
Big
it.
Dick Johnson.
Long Slong Johnson.
BDJ,
Cousin of Robert Longerbean.
Hugh Jordan.
He must be cousin of Roger Longerbeam.
No,
Legend
he's
says
So,
they
he's
measured
from-
his arm
Alright,
span
guys,
wrong.
He's
Spongy,
Yeah, what I'm
are
saying.
you drafting or passing?
I'm drafted, but this Mr. Johnson guy, he's from P-Hub University.
You know what they
Yeah,
say about
yeah.
Mr. Johnson? Big hands, right? So great hand measurables.
That's right. He's got those big hands
He's got a
and
grip
the long
string.
arm, the long arm measurable
His-
too. Right?
Do you want to see a long arm, Otis?
You ever seen someone forearm curl 400 pounds?
Are you guys talking about Alabama Black Snake?
It's not too buku.
We had a kid in school that put a girl in a hospital, apparently, and his nickname became the John Daconda.
Wow.
He was famous all through high school. He did that shit his freshman year. and,
So,
He ruined
Damn,
it.
son.
all right. Well, we're at you. Draft or pass?
I'm drafted, man. If I'm looking for a right tackle guard, man,
He made a
this
bunch
is
of
the
girls.
only right tackle. I'm
Membu's legit. He's gonna be good.
All right, Kenny. Draft or pass?
A draft in a heartbeat. This is the best right tackle in the draft.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's like fucking
Myself, I would
Dude,
draft and
after him.
keep in mind when it comes to the 49ers, Pooney was actually a left tackle.
Yes, he was.
Hey, if you guys don't
And he
like
moved to
short
right.
arms or whatever, just have
so
fun.
if this guy If this guy has a problem over there,
Your
we can
Eagles
just swap
took
him.
a bunch of guys with short arms, and they all worked out.
That's what I'm
just
saying.
fine.
He's
Well,
at
yeah.
best a decent right tackle, but even if he can't play well in space and
Kenny.
pass pro, he'll become a great finishing guard.
Tommy,
Kenny,
I'm
that's
assuming
because
you're
we have
gonna
the best
draft
O-line
that
coach
guy.
in the NFL.
Oh yeah, draft him, please.
Yes,
And
you
I'm
do.
taking
have the
this guy over Campbell. I'll just go ahead and say that. I passed on Campbell to probably, or I didn't, but this is the best tackle in the draft.
Yes, he is.
I can't argue with that because I mean his body of work, what he's done over his career. I mean he's good.
I have bombarded David with Kelvin Banks information for the last 3 months straight.
Yeah, I know.
He's a bum.
Really might
I don't want to talk about that bum.
So Spongy, draft or pass?
The way my mock draft falls, this guy will end up being a 49er. Although I might have to switch that up with Shamar Stewart.
Damn.
I'm gonna
If that guy gets
pass.
drafted, I swear to fucking God,
I'm gonna respectfully pass.
Stewart's going to the Saints.
Let me throw some numbers at
Respectfully
you.
pass.
This is
Okay.
a kid who, for 3 years straight, has played minimum 850 snaps.
God, we
13
suck
games,
tonight.
True starting
Fuck.
left tackle. And in
Never-
all 3 years, basically
20
only gave
points.
up a single hit or a single sack. 1 year, another year, there's one extra. It's like 2 instead of 1. But a 3-year starting tackle with over 850 snaps at that level of play, who matched up against some of the best pass rushers in this draft class.
Every single
switch.
first
I draft.
rounder he has faced since he was a rookie, he handled with ease.
I
And John
Yeah,
Jay, did I ask you?
About Kelvin Banks.
Yes, I don't think I did.
Oh, sorry.
He's a big dude. There's a lot of like, some people say he sucks, some people says he's good. He's from Texas, so
I'll turn this off.
I'm a little bit
Fucking
biased.
suck.
Again, Niners don't draft offensive, but if I was the guy, I would draft offensive line. So of course I would draft him.
future offensive tackle is sitting right behind Kelvin
So
Banks.
Levi, where are you at here?
You already know where I'm going, man. I'm drafting.
You're
this
drafting.
fucking kid, for real.
Kenny's drafting. I don't think I even have to ask.
I'm drafting, but if you just give me one quick second, David, today, okay, Todd McShay, who has serious connections and usually knows what's happening in the league, went out of his way in his last mock draft today to have Kelvin Banks go to the Raiders over Genty and Mimbo. And he said that his sources are legit as F. And he said, you want to know why they want Kelvin Banks? Because he's a high character guy. He's a pro. He's smart as hell. He comes from Humble, Texas, okay? His mom was passing away for 2 years. He didn't miss a single game. The guy is a beast. And Spytech and Tom Brady, their first pick together, what I understand is going to be Kelvin Banks over Genty and Mimbo.
Well, it should be Genty.
I could, if he gets past there, he's one of those guys where if he starts falling, there's going to be a team that trades up for him.
Yeah, exactly.
All I can
From
say is
what
this:
I heard,
I beg, whatever team it is, do not. I could see the Chiefs making a blockbuster trade on draft day to go get him.
Let me tell you what I think the Chiefs are going to do. The Chiefs are going to trade with the Bears, go ahead of us, and take Mimbo. You guys watch that shit happen.
No, hold on. No, because I think
Campbell or Banks, if one of them falls, I'm telling you, the Chiefs are going to put together.
The Chiefs will.
I think what I heard is, I mean, Kelvin Banks going at 6 could be intriguing.
I can see
But
that.
from what I heard, at number 5, the Jaguars are ecstatic about the possibility of them getting Genty.
Yes, sir.
So him going at 5.
Like, why?
And I think at 6,
I also heard
I don't
Ted
buy that.
McMillan.
I don't buy that
I also
Jaguar
heard Ted
Genty
McMillan.
fuck.
Listen, what they said on the same draft, McShay said on the same draft, and his sources are usually legit. He said that they're taking an offensive skill player, and so that means Ted McMillan or Ashton Genty will be taken by the Jaguars. That's what I heard today too.
I just can't see the Jags taking Genty with Etienne and Bigsby down there.
Yeah, but Etienne sucked last year.
Yeah, ET.
But Bigsby stepped up.
And they want to trade.
He
All
did.
right.
They want to trade.
So Tommy, you draft or pass here, buddy?
I can see that.
I'm passing on him.
Ooh.
Hooty hoo.
Like y'all heard me talking. The body of work. What this guy has done, he is a good left tackle.
I can't wait to laugh at
Look
Jet
at where. Look, did you see his hometown in
Coach
Texas?
and all these people for banking on Texas all year.
David, did you see the name of his hometown in Texas?
Humble?
Yeah, he's from Humble, Texas, bro.
I said that in my spiel.
Humble.
You gotta listen.
Sorry.
That's funny. So now we got Mr. What's the knee injury?
Future Niner.
No. No thanks.
Yeah, we got Mr. Knee injury on a big guy, and it's one of those knee injuries. It's like
knee injuries that makes you a future Niner.
Like Weston Richburg and like Drake Jackson. They've also had those injuries, and it's been bad. We've dealt with that.
And we haven't heard any news on Drake Jackson, so that's really not good.
Injury settlement.
So, at this point, we got Josh Simmons. John Jay, what are you doing here?
So, I would not draft him. Not because, the injuries, he's a good offensive line player, but these are the players the Niners do not draft. So, pass.
Yeah.
Our previous experience with the guy that they thought had a minor knee issue ended up taking him, until he was gone from us for him to be fully healed. So, Spongy, what do you got here?
If you want to talk about a potential future Chief, I think this could be him.
Yeah, he could.
I think besides the constant injuries he's had.
So stupid. I wish they didn't give me that shit.
When he hasn't been injured, he has been one of the best offensive tackles in college football. That's why I would draft if he didn't have these issues. But supposedly he's all cleared and healthy for now. So
he's going to the Eagles.
I would love that.
I would love that.
All right, Levi, what are you doing here, buddy?
He's gonna play quarterback.
I'm passing. It's not even about like the injury. It's if you go back to looking.
It's a goatee he doesn't like.
He played really great against super subpar competition. Against some of these guys that are higher level, like Notre Dame, Penn State, Michigan. Michigan being his best game out of all those. And again, like he played Missouri in the bowl game, and some of those first round picks, the guys that got drafted out of Missouri, kind of wrecked him. So even going back to last year, I'm not a fan of this kid.
They hit him so hard they moved his goatee over 2 inches.
So pass.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll tell you why I'm a pass, David, and it's not because he was just injured, and you can't anchor on a knee that's injured on a patella injury. But also, I want you to know in the past in the seasons that he did play before that at San Diego State and Ohio State, he racked up over 25 penalties in those years.
Huh. Sounds like a Niner to me.
No,
we don't do that.
Imagine pairing him up with Jake Brendel.
No,
it doesn't get.
No, hold on. If you're gonna bring that up, he will fit good in the Eagles because they're the most unpenalized team that always commits penalties.
Oh shit!
And actually, to talk about the
Giants just went up 4-0.
Let's go.
So we were talking about Will Campbell. Will Campbell is the seventh. If we go like to the line that have played a lot, Will Campbell is actually the 7th most penalized offensive lineman in this draft class.
Yeah, but he'll be interior offensive line. I think that he may be interior offensive line. I've heard that the Patriots want him on the outside, but I think he'll eventually end up on the inside for like the last 10 years of his career if he plays that well.
Yeah, Patriots style.
Now, Tommy, what are you doing here? Draft or pass?
Hell no. Pass on this fucker.
Hell no. To the no.
I mean, if he drops to the 5th round, I'll take him.
Oh yeah.
I bet you will. He'll be an Eagle before that happens.
He'll be an Eagle or a Chief before that happens.
I think the Chiefs could trade up.
So
to number
myself,
20.
I'm passing because knee injury, the knee injury on a big fella, it's incredibly hard to actually come back from. So
I mean, that knee is going to make that compensating onto his ankle, and you know a big man's ankle needs to be good.
ooh, we got Greg Zebel,
No,
North Dakota State.
it's not Greg.
Dude's a beast, bro.
It's gray. He's gray. His span in his arms, he's got like midget arms.
He does.
He's got baby hands.
He really
So
does.
he's pretty much a guard.
What a guard.
All right,
I don't
John
know why
Jay,
they
draft
have
or
him.
pass? North Dakota
like a-
State University, though.
Looks like a 3rd or 4th rounder.
NDSU, he'll be gone in the first round.
So,
You think?
100% sure.
Yeah,
so
he's first round talent.
for those who don't watch North Dakota State football, okay, their offense is run, with the 2 tight ends, fullback at the back, and they do a lot of run heavy stuff. Even with all that stuff, it makes a lot of sense when you look at the scheme. That's why we drafted Trey Lance, didn't work out.
Gay Lance?
I would
Yeah,
not.
that's why we got him.
I would not draft this kid.
Because
No, I just won't draft him. Period.
Hurry up, because I want to go before Levi. He's going to say everything I'm going to say.
All right, Spongy, draft or pass?
I'm going to draft. He's going to be a guard, and he's going to be a very good guard.
Yeah, he's going to be a guard.
But that means Gray is one letter short of being Trey. From NDSU. Might scream bust. But I think this kid's a future Chief. I picked 31.
Yeah, he could go there too.
You're probably right on that.
Yeah, if he falls to them, he will be a Chief.
Okay. So, all right. Well, Kenny said he's got a lot to say about Greg Zebel. So let's
No,
let
I
him
just
go
didn't.
real
I
fast.
wanted to say it before Levi came because I know Levi's going to hit on everything before I. But go ahead, Levi. You're here now.
Oh no, I like the kid. Senior Bowl standout. He
There you
plays
go.
literally every single position on the offensive line in a certain sense.
Yeah.
I really hope he can squeak it out at right tackle in the NFL, but he didn't play well at right tackle.
Okay.
Just his 6'6"
Skinny?
size seems like a waste to not have him on the outside.
It
And
does.
North Dakota State linemen just usually got some good, nasty finishing edge to him in a sense. So
And he's from South Dakota, so he flipped on the outs.
Oh,
Yeah, he's balanced.
But like I said, he's played every position on the offensive line technically. So I love any lineman that brings that type of versatility. Draft.
Yeah, I'm also a draft because Gray's able, like he said, versatile as F. And if you watched him, like Levi said, also in the Senior Bowl, nobody scared this dude. It didn't matter who went up against him; he stopped everybody. He's a beast.
It's just
With
it's
his
about that
little-
North Dakota cold, man. It makes some hard motherfuckers.
Wait,
Yep.
wasn't that him wrestling that cow 2 seconds ago?
Hey, it kind of do look
Wow.
like him.
Hey, yo,
Not wrong,
senior,
though.
senior, versatile, 6'6", 312. He's gonna put on like 20 pounds.
Like,
minimum.
look at that face shot. Does that look like a 312-pound man? That looks like someone who's lean at
Yeah.
300 pounds. Like
that looks like somebody from the 80s.
Hey, don't
Yeah.
you hate on that 80s cop porn mustache?
He drove
Yeah.
a pickup. He drove a pickup truck in the 80s.
No, that's definitely a firefighter mustache for sure.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So, all right. We're all the way down. Tommy, draft or pass, buddy?
I like the things I'm hearing, so I'll take him.
He's a good offensive lineman. Good interior offensive lineman. He played
Wait, is
tackle
he-
at North Dakota State University because, he was probably the best offensive lineman they had.
Yeah,
Is
and
he
they
good
played
in
in
good in
take
pass protection,
high
though?
school.
North Dakota State
How-
has had an offensive lineman drafted and do pretty well in the NFL, I think, for like 3 years straight at this point. Like,
How many is he good at pass protection, or what's his?
100%. 90% pass protection, 97
Yeah.
on the run.
Yeah, he's good. Tommy, just go look up Gray Zabel's senior bowl weekend one-on-one.
He dominated. Here we
Watch
go.
him
He
destroy-
dominated Colorado week 1 with
Yeah.
a 90.1 overall grade. He
Just-
shut
Yeah,
down
he's going in the first round.
Nobody scared Gray Zabel.
We're
or
not
Jack
getting
later, to be honest with you.
we're not getting
Like,
him.
The knock is he played at, of course, North Dakota State. I've got a buddy that's up in Fargo, North Dakota, the Air Force Base up there.
Oh,
North
good
Dakota,
God.
different, bro.
Yeah, but hold on. So is that's not the Big Sky? What conference is that, guys? It's not.
I hope you love 50 to below 0. Shit.
Basically, you're not
Fucking
wrong.
A.
You're so not wrong, though.
Is John Jay there? John Jay, where is North Dakota State? What's the conference? It's not Big Sky, right? That's Wyoming and shit like
Our
that.
conference.
They're Division 2. They're Division 2.
Oh, that's why.
CCU used to play against them in their little playoff in the D2 before they moved up. That's how I know all about North Dakota. We used to always lose to North Dakota State.
If I have to hear
D2
North
or
Dakota
the
State
FCS?
again, I'm gonna fucking puke.
Yeah, that sucks.
Ah, jeez. But if we get a good player from there, and then we cancel out the other guy.
So now we got Josh Connerly Jr., Oregon. I mean, measurables wise, he looks pretty good. 90 on the pass blocking, 77 on the run blocking. This is a left tackle. John Jay, are you passing or are you drafting or passing?
So I have a blind spot for the University of Oregon. I do not like their school. Boo, Oregon. I don't care what crazy said. So no, I would not draft them. Yes, I'm biased.
Oh, come on. You can't be like that. I hate
Bungie,
Notre Dame,
Bungie,
but
what
I'll
you got
take.
going on here, buddy. Like draft.
Actually,
or
you know what?
pass?
Fuck Notre Dame. They gave us two fucking.
I'm gonna start
Shit.
on passing.
Tackles.
I'm gonna do one word answers until we get to edge rushers.
I don't know if we're gonna get the edge rushers. How slow this is going.
I know. I don't know what you didn't. Okay.
Yeah,
so
but just remember,
Levi, what do you got here, buddy? Draft or pass?
this is over
Pass
after.
on him. Pass on him. He is a pass protection specialist, but I just don't like how he played versus certain matchups this year. I think most of his grade comes from games where, of course, I expect him to do well.
Yeah,
Okay, Kenny.
I'm a pass. He's got to be a better run blocker if you want to be on the Niners.
Yeah.
Yep, agreed.
No, I think their philosophy now is to take a guy in good pass protection. You can teach him how to run block.
He's pretty big. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
David, should we
So,
do top
all right, Tommy, draft or pass, buddy?
I don't know too much about the guy, so I'm just gonna pass because I'm too ignorant about it.
That's not. That doesn't
Myself, I'm gonna pass because there's a couple guys later I like that we're not gonna be talking about.
Ignorant is not an insult, guys. Just
Ignorance is fucking bliss.
tight
son.
end-
Kenny is correct on that. When you
edge.
call someone ignorant,
I mean-
they get so upset, but it
Yeah,
is
because-
literally, it is not an insult. It is actually an excuse in a sense.
You know,
Yeah,
here's
it
the
means
problem.
not knowing. You don't
Exactly.
know.
No one taught you.
People
You're
don't
not
know what
dumb,
ignorant
you just
doesn't
don't
mean
know.
They don't like
Exactly.
know a lot of words, and so
The
That's what
allegory-
education.
The
That's what
allegory
education is
of
for.
the cave is what it's
We get
called.
educated every day
yeah,
on
that's
shit
why
we don't know.
your senior year in high
So
school.
here
you
we
go.
go.
through
Here we go. We got Tyler Booker.
to do your SATs.
For one thing, you wouldn't know what the fuck I'd be motherfucking knowing.
Woo!
Why is this guy a guard? We got Tyler Booker. He's a guard.
He's gonna stick
Oh
in
yeah,
guard.
I like him.
David, he's sticking guard.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a guard. So John Jay, draft or pass here?
Oh. Draft offensive line players from Alabama. These guys are big dudes, but they're big in the right way. They got
Woo!
perfect size and everything.
Pause.
I like a girl if she's big
I-
in the right places.
If I meant it in a jokey way, yes, pause. I wasn't trying to say that.
He's got big arm and he's got big hands and a long arm.
That's
David,
perfect. That's perfect for what I like.
Spongy, draft or pass?
You know what I like, David.
You know what I like.
He's been mocked to the Eagles so many times. I'm kind of
Yeah,
getting sick of
Chili
it.
Lays.
Baby, that's what I like.
That's the Big Bopper. He was on,
Yep.
on the airplane with Richie Valens.
Yep. Would I
All right,
what?
so
Will I
all
what?
right, so
Oh, baby, that's
the
what I
draft,
like.
Oh, baby.
Spongy, so that's the
But I ain't
draft.
got no money, honey.
Yeah. That's a draft.
Sorry. Going on a tangent here.
I can't hear Spongy, so
That's not a bad thing.
He's been mocked to the Eagles so many times. I'm kind of getting sick of it, but I'm still going to draft.
okay. Levi, what are you doing here?
Crazy Juice Kruger has an E in it.
There are not a lot of true guards in this draft. I think a lot of the better guards we're seeing in this draft are going to be tackle converts. This guy has every measurable. You'll see right there that arm and span. Supposedly, this guy's got such long arms. While he's in his 3-point stance, his arms can touch the ground. This is a guy that if you're looking for every measurable, he's got it. But I'm
So he's a
because even though he's got every measurable in the book, I don't like what I've seen. Like,
so he's a knuckle dragger.
Oh,
he is actually, yes. That is not a bad, like, no insult to his intelligence because he's actually got a super high football IQ. That's actually his strength. Is he's a starter for Alabama. He's got great football intelligence. He's an intelligent young man. Got all the measurables, but he hasn't put it together, which worries me.
Yep.
I gotcha. Kenny, what are you doing here?
I'm passing because my man is not great. He's inconsistent in the run blocking. He relies too heavily on his power. His footwork is crap. His second level blocking is a concern.
That footwork is bad.
And he already came out. He already pulled a Josh Rosen and did some video or whatever where he said he makes football players not want to play football. And I'm like, bro, stop. Ain't nobody
You didn't crush anybody this year to say that.
Nobody's gonna be scared of you, Booker. Just get over it, bro.
Score against Michigan, 57.4. Like, score against Kennard from USC, 60.6. Ratledge ate him up, 64.3. Biggers ate him up. Like,
to be clear, I think he was kidding, and I thought he was being funny.
He had one good game against basically Booker. Only had 2 games above a 70 this year. One was LSU, which I'll give him that, but LSU didn't have that defensive bite this year.
I want him to go to the Cowboys.
Like, a lot of the guys in this draft class ate him up this year. Guys like from Michigan, Oklahoma.
I'm sold. I'm not
Tennessee,
drafting this
Georgia,
guy.
I want to switch to David.
I'm also passing on him because I've watched his tape and he got his ass kicked by,
There's a lot of guys in this draft class that beat him that are going later in this draft class.
Yeah, that's how
with worse talent around them too.
How does he do against other first rounders coming out? In his,
How does he do it?
Exactly. Yeah.
So this guy,
but he's got all the measurables. If you can teach him up and you're confident you can teach him, fucking stud.
Yeah, that's the thing about Alabama. They find the big offensive line guys. The problem that they have when they go to the pros, the Raiders a few years ago drafted who was considered the best offensive tackle. After 2 years, the rest you suck, and they let him go.
You know, it was actually the problem with the Alabama players for a while, and they talked about, especially the running backs had this issue. They, just like high school and like life, you go to Alabama, every meal you have is decided by a team nutritionist. There are very strict schedules. You get up at this time, hit this workout, recover like this. So when they get to the NFL and they have more freedom, they actually struggled with it. They didn't have routines. They got out of their routines. That's why a lot of them. Who was the guy that put on so much weight? Lacey. Eddie Lacy was one of the biggest examples of that. He struggled without the routine that Alabama forced him to do.
Mm-hmm. But I think nowadays you can just get one of those like nutritionists from Alabama to help you.
Still takes effort by you to go get them and do it all. And
well, see,
you'd be surprised how lazy people are.
We're on Jonah Saviane.
Mm-hmm.
All right, John Jay, what would you do here? Draft or pass?
So I am extremely biased when it comes to Polynesians and Samoan people because but their work ethic. There's a reason why, and I gotta find a video why that small tiny island in the Pacific, how they produce so many athletes in like those like combat sports, things like that, and so you can never go wrong with a big dude in the offensive line. And I think the Niners had a guy years ago who won, I think Sapola or something.
Jesse Sapola.
Yeah, really good player. Never underestimate those. Of course, yeah, draft.
Man, this guy.
Hey, David.
I'm looking at
How
him
about
like, dang.
how about the Daddy Cubs? How about them Cubbies?
What's up, Juice,
No.
Bebop, Corona?
Dang,
Cubbies
Corona,
beat-
what up, buddy?
Cubbies beat the
so
Dodgers
Spongy, are you
twice in a
drafting or
row.
passing on this guy?
If I'm gonna be honest, this guy Jonah, I had him going at pick 11 to the 49ers in my first ever mock draft for this year.
You fool.
No, he was highly.
You should be worried about the Cubs. They're better than you.
Yeah, I have it on PFF. Going back to April 27th, he was
It's the pork.
considered
I
a
love pork.
26 to 31st.
They didn't win. They lost today and yesterday.
He's been on a slide ever since. Oh, I'm sorry, that's actually last year. So last year he was considered a first round pick, and he's been on a slide for years.
I'm drafting Jonah. Work ethic for him. I'm drafting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Levi, draft or pass?
He's got good pass prot skills that'll keep him in the league for a while. I am gonna pass on him, but he's got potential. I want to see him finish a little more.
Okay. Kenny.
I'm going to pass at tackle, but I would draft him at guard. And with John Jay nailed it. When in doubt, take
He's
a
a guard.
Polynesian.
He's not wrong. They are
He is a
hard workers
guard.
and physically.
All right.
talented.
All right. Tommy, draft or pass?
Ugh.
One thing I do like
He's
about him last
Alabama.
year-
He doesn't fit our system.
He's
Arizona.
Arizona.
The thing I like about him last year, he literally split his snaps almost perfectly between left tackle and right tackle. He played 345 at left and 364 at right. And he played pretty decently. So, like, he's got his pass protection skills are legit.
His problem is he needs more coaching. That's all.
I don't
He
know.
needs
If I
to be
draft him.
nastier. He needs to be nastier in the run game, is what
So
it
my
is.
thing is he's
Yeah,
got the
I pass.
athletic traits, the shuttle, the broad jump, the bench press. I mean that's all top half. The 4.95 I mean the 10-yard split.
Yeah, I mean he's got some nice
172.
numbers.
I mean this guy, man. And the fact that he's throwing gang signs at the other team right here, I mean, I'm just impressed. I would draft him.
Are they the Wildcats? No, those Sun Devils.
Yeah, it was the gang signs at the other team. That's what got me to draft him.
Arizona's the Wildcats.
Two more guys. Let's go.
Okay, so maybe he's doing Wildcat. Downward W's.
They have this guy going in the second.
Everybody knows to grow up the West Side.
This guy's big, 6'6", 331.
Damn,
His
the big
arms
boy.
are, 33 and an eighth, so everyone's going to have him playing guard.
No,
1 in the 40. That's
he's one of the absolute pure tackles in this draft. One of the few.
Yeah,
a slight better run blocker than pass blocker.
Those aren't great numbers.
But all right, John Jay, would you draft or pass this guy?
Pass. And Crazy Juice is called the Giants. Stop calling us Crazy Juice. You're still my boy.
So, Spongy, would you draft or pass on this guy?
Draft.
Hey, Corona, look at my name.
You would draft?
Pumpkin
Yeah,
Escobar.
especially in the second, third round, especially.
Okay. All right, Levi, what would you do here?
He
Crazy
played all
Juice, you
left
like my
tackle.
name?
I would hope I can maybe move in right tackle. He doesn't do well in gap, more of a zone blocker. But one of his best games actually came against Penn State this year. I'm drafting.
Ooh, that was Abdul Carter on that.
Mm-hmm. He was playing left tackle against Abdul, and he had a 70-plus game with
See,
Minnesota
Oh,
teammates
dang.
around him. Yeah,
When-
that's what I'm saying.
Kenny,
buddy.
draft or pass, buddy.
I'm going to draft, but in the second round. This is who every
yeah.
Niner creator has the Niners taking in the second round.
Okay, I love
I took him in the
6'6". I
second
love me
round.
some big motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying. He
Took him-
played all left tackle, but if he
Yeah,
can move the right
he-
tackle,
he's
I
a
feel
big
like
guy.
But the
We know where
Niners
he's
just don't
going.
want
Look at
big
where-
pig.
Look at where his
Go ahead.
hometown's at. We know where he's going.
Man, they don't have a picture of him throwing gang signs like the last guy. That's disappointing.
He wasn't
He's-
there for pictures.
He's going to Kansas, bro. He's going to go play with the Chiefs.
We're not in Kansas anymore,
It's
Dorothy.
his hometown, bro.
That
The
could
Chiefs.
definitely happen.
And no, YTC calls them the cheats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The Cheats.
The cheats.
I wish YTC was here. He'd get a kick out of my
he
name.
was.
I know.
Look at YTC.
Crazy
So,
you said you can't see your
myself. All right, Tommy, you drafting? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like second round, but I don't think he fits just because we don't. He's kind of too big. Is he athletic?
Actually, yes. He's
All right.
surprisingly
Yeah, I'm
quick.
taking him then.
He's actually surprisingly quick for his size.
He's really.
Okay, great.
So
I'm all in
I'm
it.
drafting her C. I'm
He
drafting.
needs
her C.
he needs refinement, but he's good.
Okay.
He's a big guy at 6'6". He plays high. That's his problem, really.
Oh
So
shit,
I always
that's
play
like
high.
Now we got Marcus.
That's not a good
Inbound.
idea.
But because of that quickness, he plays better in a zone scheme than a gap scheme, which gap is like more power, man up style. While y'all.
Wait,
do
who's this?
outside.
Marcus
This
Bo.
is Marcus
Bull.
Imbow.
No, there's no
Dude.
M. It's just Bo.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
This is
Seriously.
Marcus Bow.
Yes, Marcus Bo. No M.
Why
Well,
Look
why'd
at
you
all
put?
the red. Look at all the red. So obviously he's a guard.
It's an African thing. Actually, I think he's going to be a center. But go ahead.
All right, put a bow on him and you get him.
It's
Similar
Imbow.
running pass
No, I'm
blocking
telling you
to
guys, there's
Ursi.
no M. I already know this for a fact.
Okay.
No
All
M.
right, John
I'll take
Jay,
it.
would you draft or pass?
I saw a lot of red. I don't know anything about him, so pass.
Okay, Spongy.
It's full high.
Spongy?
He gone.
Oh,
He's
no.
muted. All right, Levi.
Darn.
Why is that? Where is that Cowboys fan?
He's doing a Madden fantasy draft right now.
Oh, Valix.
I'll be honest. this
No,
is-
that's what Spongy's real team. He's just bullshitting us.
he's a great run blocker. Let's just say that. Especially, like, he can run block, but the
Good
problem
lord,
is
we're getting spanked.
pass protection.
God.
Like,
By who?
if you can't pass protect the NFL,
Fucking
you're not
Houston.
gonna pass on.
Oh, I know. I knew the Warriors ain't gonna do nothing.
I'm gonna pass on him. Like I said, the pass protection is a
We
little.
got
Well, I knew they were going to lose this game.
Okay.
but a
Kenny,
great
Kenny.
run.
I
got
did
Go
a,
ahead.
I,
great run blocker. Kenny.
I did a short on Marcus Bo. I showed highlights of him playing basketball in high school.
I saw
I
that.
said draft, by the way.
He's going to be a center in the NFL. Wait for it. He's very good, but he's got to stay right in the middle there.
Mhm. Which he
I
does
gotcha.
struggle with strength, and center would protect him the most.
Yeah, he'd be
Now,
surrounded.
myself, I would actually draft him to play center or maybe guard. Not to play tackle though.
No, he doesn't have the
Be clear.
size for that.
And because we're going to be running out of time before we get to edges, Spongy wants to hit the edges, so we're hitting the edges.
Okay.
20-point game.
John Jay,
Wow.
Abdul Carter. Now, should I just skip this because I think everyone's going to say draft. Does anyone say pass on Abdul Carter? Let's do it that way.
No, let's move on.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to this second guy. Shamar Stewart. All right,
Pass.
John Jay.
Pass.
Pass.
I
John
think
Jay?
I have breaking news.
No.
Tyler Lockett just announced he's signing with the Titans.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
15
The
minutes
Titans
ago.
are terrible.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's cool, though. I mean, he's got.
Cam Ward just got him himself
Yeah, that's pretty much locking up the Cam Ward pick for number 1.
All right.
Sorry. Just
John
saw
Jay?
that cost.
So I think last week you sent me a video of this guy Shamar Stewart. I saw it, and the guys on the video were not impressed of this guy. And so again, I don't know too much of these guys, so
Please don't draft this guy.
I'm gonna just basically pass.
Yeah, I think I shared that with quite a few people. It's like, no.
This guy
all right,
sucks.
Spongy,
I
draft
don't
or
want
pass,
this.
buddy.
If I'm the 49ers, then draft.
Yeah, no.
How dare
It'd be a waste of a pick.
And it also all depends on the pick, but I will draft. Like if he
Okay.
goes to the right place, his athleticism can help him do good.
Well,
All right. So, Levi.
I'm gonna pass, and he has one of the highest missed tackle rates of this draft class.
exactly.
Sounds like a 49er.
Ooh.
That's not good.
Kenny.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this guy, but I think he's actually going to be taken by somebody before we even pick. I know that sounds crazy, but
I hope so. Get this guy out
I
of my
hope
face.
so.
Fucking A.
No, you guys are gonna trade up to get him.
Oh
No.
I wouldn't trade up
Hungry.
to get
my
hit.
God.
Oh, God.
this
I wouldn't
guy-
trade up to get him in the
all right,
fucking
all right,
second.
Tommy, are you drafting or passing?
Hell no. I don't want this guy near our team. How many?
I got
One
you.
sack? 1.5 sacks?
and he
Get the
can't
hell out
play.
of here.
For three years in a row, starting.
Jesus.
So
Really?
I'm also going to pass on him because of this one guy that we drafted in 2017 who absolutely destroyed the combine. His name was Solomon Thomas.
Oh, God. Why would you say those words?
Let's not even say that.
So I am passing on this guy because that's the vibe I get.
no, he sucks.
So that means he's gonna be a future Niner.
Who are the Dodos? Crazy Jews?
The Eagles.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah, they're
that's
pretty-
Eagles.
okay.
Inconsistent.
So we got, is it
I
Michael
don't even-
or Mikhail?
Michael.
I love PFFs.
Michael. It's
In
both.
their thing,
No,
Shamar
it's-
Stewart should
it's
not be a
just
first round
Michael.
pick. He should be a day 2 pick.
His name's
Absolutely.
That's how I look at it too. But
Michael.
we'll see what happens. Hopefully he
I don't
doesn't
know
show
how
up to
he
the
got
green
all this
room.
buzz.
I know, right?
I know
I don't
it's
know how
spelled
he got all
weird.
this-
It's just Michael, guys.
He might show up
It's
to this
Michael.
champagne room.
Or he might call
Oh.
himself
Ooh,
Mikhail. You
look! He's about to hit Ewers, the quarterbak.
the
Yeah,
future Giants quarterback.
Yeah,
I'm
future
sorry.
Giants QB. right?
Quinn
I'm
Ewers
mobile.
is not a mobile guy.
Hey, he fits in New
So-
York. I'm sorry.
Kirk Bangford had to come out and be like, "Yeah, I
I'm
didn't do
sorry.
any stuff on
I
him
can
because
see
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
like viewers."
All right, well now we got 34 and 3/8. Dude, you could be offensive tackle if you gain some weight.
The money
So
at
now
edge
we
rush
got
is much better than the money
Michael.
at
It's
O-line.
both. It's Michael and Mikhail Williams.
I'd like to
You know,
insert some
edge of
Mikhails.
Georgia. All right, John Jay, are you drafting or passing?
Everyone's been saying this guy is ass. So
Hey.
because he's ass, I'm not gonna draft him.
Okay,
If he's trash,
Spongy?
then he'll be a Niner. But
Wow.
Bungie.
he's either a Niner or a Cowboy, in my opinion.
Wrong and wrong.
But
The
if he
Cowboys
falls to
can take
Philly,
him. I
I'll be
wouldn't
happy.
care.
I hear he's
Watch
going
the
to the
Philly, I'll be
Saints,
happy.
but let's keep moving.
Ooh, I actually like Nick Scouton. He's one of the like 4 or 5
Yeah,
edges.
I
Like,
like Nick Scott.
Yeah.
If you
I
can
like
produce
this
on
guy.
Texas A&M, you get some props.
If Squirton's there at
What about Von
32,
Miller?
I will bang the table for him unless someone is better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Showed up constantly.
all right, Levi, what would you do here?
He's a great run defender and he's got great strength, but super unrefined. I can't spend a first round pick on him.
Which
I
is probably
gotcha.
why he'll go to the Saints.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, Kenny, who do you got? What do you got here?
I don't hate this guy, but I'm not drafting him.
Well, we're just skipping over
At
me,
least not
David.
the
That's
first.
Ooh, we
Great.
got Eric Wallace in the building, and I rolled a 1. Did you see that?
I was
Um,
noticing that earlier, actually.
Hey, Eric.
I just barely looked down, and I was like, huh?
Oh, and by the way, David, I am passing.
So-
Bebop, don't
on
you
my
try to
Cowboys.
steal
Tommy,
our
Tommy,
stuff.
what are you
He's there at
doing here?
42.
I would draft him, but not at 11.
Mhm.
Trade back and get him.
That's a fair answer. That's a fair
Hmm.
answer.
I think I had him going to the Tampa Bay Bucks way later.
At least I got my money back. Or my points, I mean. So I'm gonna pass on Michael and Mikael Williams, whatever it is. So we got James Pierce, edge. Says
JPJ.
defensive end / edge, which is kind of small for a defensive end. Out of Tennessee, 7.5 sacks. So he does have 2.5 sacks more than Michael. Notice how I pause after I say his name. 4.47, actually athletic. You know, like situational pass rusher. Is that what we got here?
Ooh,
Yeah, I
Man.
He played a bit of linebacker too.
dude. Yeah, he did.
What is he, a tweener?
So,
Ew.
all right. Yeah, he is. He is a tweener.
But he's a-
all right.
No more
John Jay, what do
tweeners.
you got? Sean Jay, are you
Pass on
drafting
him.
or passing on this guy?
Okay, so I saw a lot of James Pierce Jr. because they showed a lot of Tennessee games. There's some bad moments, but a lot of that stuff is flashed away with how good he is. No disrespect to Abdul Carter and all the other guys. This guy is going to be a sleeper, and he's in the fall, and he's going to have a really, quality career. Maybe I'm just biased because Tennessee is a good program that no one talks about, so I would draft him.
He's the only 10 I see.
Oh, Eric Wallace in the building. What's up, buddy? Seahawks / Niners guy, huh? That's actually funny. So, Spongy, what would you do?
Personally, the only problem I see with him is his character issues,
Oh, that's right.
and that's about the only thing I could see him not being successful in his NFL career. But I mean, I really hope he falls to pick 32 because this is a guy I've had my eyes on for a while, like since the draft cycle started.
He won't get past
I mean,
Baltimore.
I'm hoping either him or Walter Horn are there at 32, and I'll be a happy camper.
Ooh.
You ain't getting Nolan. Trust me,
this guy,
pal.
like when you say character issues, do you mean like Alden Smith?
No, I'd say more like a bit of a wide receiver. I feel he's a bit diva.
Oh, he's a diva.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, Levi, what do you got here?
I think he's way more talented than some of these other guys like Stewart that are considered first round. I think he's like John Jay. I think he's really good. The crazy part is he still has room to grow technique wise and like planning his pass rush moves. He played good against good competition. I don't know about the character issues. One thing I read too is he played like a little bit of like hand on the ground and off ball. And they said he'll look better as a 3-4, like being able to stand up and pass.
Yeah,
Which,
stand up pressure.
Drooling. No way. If he's there, we're not letting him go, Sponge.
You
draft
might
for sure.
I mean, if Walter Nolan and James Pierce are there,
That's hard
and
to pass
Starks
on either of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Starks is there, Starks or Inman Warrior is there at 27, you guys are already passing.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
In Zootite.
Sancho.
That's funny.
So
I heard
Sancho.
I would like to piggyback of what Spongy said. He doesn't have character issues. Like he has like for those who don't like Sanders' son, the quarterback.
Yeah.
He's sort of like that. Like he's a bit flamboyant. Now he's not as why people criticize Sanders' son, but that's probably like a little bit like too much. Like, oh, look at me. Look what I'm doing on field. Look at me. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've heard from like these big
Look
draft
at
guys.
me. Here I am, right where I belong.
But I do want to say something real quick, Levi, in regards to what you said. I think the Eagles are going to trade up, and I saw a possibility that the Eagles might trade up for Jalen Walker.
I think the Eagles are going to trade back because they don't need anything, and so they're going to.
That's true.
Well, yeah,
What do you mean? They lost hella defenders.
No,
They need
they'll
a
be-
slot corner.
I know they
And
lost one guy.
I think we could, a guy who I could see falling in this draft is Mason Graham. Especially because now the Jags pretty much just ruled him out, and I think he could go be a Raider. But I heard the Kelvin Banks thing. So if Mason Graham falls, don't be shocked if the Eagles scoop him
The only
up.
thing I
because we
found on
just-
Pierce
I don't
was
think
he had
he's
a
gonna
criminal
fall that
speeding
far.
charge and everything.
Because
was
because
dropped.
we pretty much, I think we have 20 picks in the next two drafts. We could
Yep.
trade up, but we could also. The other thing I heard is that
I don't
trade
think-
up and Jordan Davis is probably going to be gone, and we probably need another defensive tackle.
All right,
Because
we've
we have
talked
more
about
of
James.
No, but I have
Jalen
some. I heard some news because Mason Graham doesn't want to go to the Eagles because he's afraid Big Dom's going to eat him.
Well, see,
That's a good time.
Breaking news.
Oh wait,
Tommy Huxley.
thank you for reminding me. It's so hilarious how when Smudgy was showing all those Eagles cards, there was no Big Dom.
sadly. But there
All
was
right,
no
Kenny, draft or pass, buddy.
This guy has a high football IQ. He produced against SEC competition, bro. I'm drafting this fool. He's got a perfect body, in my opinion. Pause.
Okay.
He's the Apollo Creed of
All
football.
right, Tommy, what would you do here?
Fuck. I've heard good things about him, but I don't think he fits. If he's in a 3-4-D, that doesn't fit us.
Yeah, for sure. He's not
So
the Niners.
for the Niners, I would pass.
Like I would like to have him on the Niners.
Yeah, but the wide nine has people standing up sometimes.
I don't like the
So
white nine.
honestly, I'll be honest with you. If he was about 12 to 15 pounds heavier, I would draft.
I know he's very lean.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
very
but he
lean.
can put that
Supposedly talked that he has an incredible fast first step. And the last time I saw someone talk about like that quick first step, like they do with his, was when Von Miller did
First
it.
step.
Yeah.
Damn, it's fucking cold in this motherfucker.
Levi, do you think he can fit in the Ravens or no?
Oh yeah, dude, he fits so well in with the Ravens. Like I'd be ecstatic
Okay.
about it.
James Pierce just seems like a freaking
And he's not bad at defending the run either.
Keep
which
in mind,
usually-
we got 6 more guys to
Next.
go. Now,
Mike
Mike Green, the guy that's been falling.
Boo.
Oh shit! God, I just don't.
Boo.
So, all right, John Jay, would you?
What do you mean,
draft or
boo?
pass, buddy?
So I don't know a lot about Mike Green. I know Terradome and everyone like during like the draft series talked about this guy, and I don't know nothing about him. So I'm not.
He's a dog. He
That's what
is
the
a
ladies-
fucking
that's what the
dog.
ladies say.
I know, but fuck, it sounds like false allegations to me, but I could be
I know
wrong.
Another guy that works better as a 3-4 outside back.
People rarely believe.
Is that right?
Again, I don't know anything, especially that the stuff that's like like all that baggage that comes with them. I don't know. So Niners don't like that stuff.
They do not.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
But some people are saying that he's not on the Niners board, but I heard he had a private. He did come, but it was private or something. I
He
don't know.
had 2 visits, but it wasn't top 30 visit.
Oh, gotcha.
So that a lot of people can say what they want, but guess what? They don't have the Niners board in front of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Spongy,
Yeah.
draft or
We know how
pass?
bad they draft. So
He would fit the Eagles.
Mike Green, I would love him if he falls to 32, which he might. But Howie has said many times that he does not want guys with allegations, especially the
That's a first.
allegations that
That's a
Green has
that's a
against
first.
him.
Who was that? Who was that guy you guys drafted from Georgia? Who
No.
apparently he did something
that
wrong
first
and
roll.
Jamal,
No, he's talking about Jalen Carter.
Jalen. That's it.
No, what I mean by allegations is like assault of any kind, like sexual assault or
Hey, Tom.
what he was involved was very serious. A person,
Yeah, I know, but like that, I don't know because there's mixed things about that story. So that's
Ray Lewis's son got framed at Coastal Carolina by 2 girls. The original allegations came out that he raped them, and then they got investigated further, and they found
Right.
all kinds of
Got
collusion.
investigated.
They found they found like they had the text messages and everything, the collusion where these girls put together a plan to try to set up him knowing who his father was. It was
Yeah. You investigate things when they're not dead on guilty.
so stuff like that can happen. You know, like I said, I watched it happen to Ray Lewis's son in my own backyard, in a sense.
Did they make him leave the university?
He left. They didn't make him, but I think he chose to leave.
Virginia
which, to be
made him.
honest,
Virginia
All right. So draft or pass, though, Levi.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know it was on me. I'm drafting.
Okay, Kenny.
Sorry.
David already knows I don't like this guy. Neither do any of the girls I know. So
Oh wow. You can't.
All right. Tommy.
Yeah, I want him. Fuck. He is so like he's good at stopping the setting the edge. He's big. He's fucking the guy moves. He got so many moves.
he's
gonna be
dropped into
great.
cover 21
breaking
times in 2
news.
years.
Oh, here we go.
Breaking
I would love
news.
him, but he's got too many character issues.
Princeton defensive back Matthew Winston went first overall to the Titans in rehearsals at the NFL draft today.
Who?
Princeton defensive back Matthew Winston.
Winston.
Winston from Princeton?
No idea who that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Tommy, you draft or pass?
I don't know. But I don't think the Niners draft him because of the allegations.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the
And
case.
that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at because of his past history. And I looked into it. There was no investigation even into it.
Oh wow!
So,
No, you don't
we weren't
investigate
there.
something
We
you
don't
know.
know the details.
I know we don't know.
Right?
Listen, like I want to make it clear, we don't know what happened. No one was there. But when it comes to the Niners, like even if it's true or not true, they kind of want to avoid that. Again, I always want to bring up Reuben Foster. I don't know what happened between he and his lady, but they left him in Tampa. It was so hilarious.
Well, guys, let me ask you this then, and then I'm pretty much think I'll get the answer that I want. Are you gonna pass on Membo to take Mike Green? Yes or no?
No.
No, I'm taking Membo.
Exactly. Sorry, Mike Green. In fact, what did I sent David a video today about a guy saying that Membo might have a long night on draft night.
Yeah.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
Yep.
A long
That's a
night.
bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, like I said, when it comes to the NFL, like whatever, however you feel about it, a team will be desperate enough to say, yeah, all right, this guy has some issues, but we're going to still take a chance because he's a good player.
With their first pick, and if something happens, he gets into a
Yeah.
little fight, something like that,
Yeah.
and then it goes downhill from there, and that's your
I know.
first.
It's the NFL.
Yeah.
Just in, Giants general manager Joe Shane's son reposted Jackson Dart's hype video on his Instagram story today.
What?
Man, we're not gonna make it to this guy. This guy's
Mhm.
11.
I don't know that we're gonna make it to Nick Scourton if we go at this.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is we're already 7 minutes over.
I know, like
So-
I think we should have done like 5 players instead of 10.
That's I thought about
Yes.
that.
Here's what
So
it is.
when it comes to all these guys, like I actually I like this guy, but not necessarily for us because we don't run a 3-4,
I know.
right? This
Well,
guy, I
That's
think,
what Mike
is,
Green does. Mike Green
This
does.
guy would be a good 49er because he could play the run, 6.5 sacks. I mean, he'll do better in our system. This guy, I don't know. You know, it's like a good rotational player.
He
Mhm.
played well
You know.
at Purdue. He played
I
well
know.
at Purdue.
I know. I'm kind of shocked. You know, I know. I've heard some of you guys say that Texas Tech is not known for good defense. They are known for good defense. I remember Jimbo Fisher. I know a lot of people don't know, but I don't know what happened this year. Maybe they got fired their defensive coordinator, but
No,
I've
that's
never
Texas
seen
A&M.
bad
That's
players
Texas
from
A&M.
Texas
Yeah,
A&M.
so-
Now, I like this guy. He's one of the 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
I like
I would
Josiah
100%. I hope he
Stewart.
becomes a
Small.
49er.
I like both Ohio State edge.
I love Stewart, but he's a little small.
Hey, Stewart.
That's
Stewart,
exactly
CC
what. That
Oh,
he's
he's
a good.
a
He'd be good for a 3-4.
CCU commit. CCU commit Josiah Stewart.
This kid's gonna be a stud.
Donovan,
Yeah.
if he's there at pick 32 and the other two my other two guys are gone, I'm totally
Dude,
fine with
that's
Justin.
crazy.
This guy,
Because
I honestly would take him. I mean, I would hope he'd be able to put on 5-6 pounds, but I would take him.
Mhm.
I like this guy.
Brock is in my top 5
Yeah.
D linemen for sure. Edges, that is.
Here's another guy I like.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh man, Braden Swinson. I don't know what happened. I still have him very highly rated.
I
I
like
totally
Swinson as well.
forgot about the Virginia player who shot his own teammates on that bus.
Oh, that happens all the time. That's not a big deal, Levi.
I was just
Oh my
This
God.
guy's actually pretty athletic too.
That's not an
Yeah,
SA.
all right, so there might be 6 edges I like in this draft.
I was reading into
I like Kennard. Kennard and
Maybe
and
7 with
Walker.
David Walker.
Yeah.
I do like
I-
David Walker, although it's a
Okay,
small skull.
What I heard.
Kennard's got one of the highest missed tackle rates.
What I heard.
Yeah,
Can you
that's
pull up
tough.
Oladejo real quick? Can you pull up
Oladejo,
real
round
quick?
2, Niners.
Yeah,
Who?
I heard a lot of buzz about a lot of the
Armand
teams
Bo, and then
in the
Oladejo.
late first, early second, really liking Oladejo. 2 of those teams being the Eagles and Niners.
He's from
So
his high
the
school.
Niners
Is
picking
like
him at
very
pick
close by.
43 would not be a shock.
His size
Oh.
is pretty good.
Ashton Gelati, another guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
Terradome.
I'm not seeing Elijah Roberts up in here because we didn't draft anyone, so it's not.
The thing
letting us
with
bring him up.
Aladejo from
He's all the way
UCLA,
at 26, David.
Mhm.
26.
it's like
Yeah,
I make
so-
the case with Jalen Carter. If you're just or Jalen, whatever. If you're looking
Jalen
for a
Carter.
pure, if you're just looking for a pure edge rusher,
Mhm.
not the best. But if you're looking for a linebacker guy, he's actually Aladejo's got one of the lowest missed tackle
Yeah.
rates out of all.
Yo,
edge.
and he's smart as hell, bro.
I know.
He is very
Like
smart.
Terradome, like he has told me many times that he is not the former Pac-12. UCLA is like one of those schools, like they get like a lot of these like smaller recruits who play really well, but they never translate to the pros. And I understand it, but every now and then you get like a dime a dozen.
Yeah,
in
I mean, I
UCLA.
would love that guy in the 3rd, but he's going to be a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah. Oladejo is going to be good in this draft. You've got Buchanan coming out, the
Yeah.
linebacker.
From Cal.
I think one of the
Mhm.
I think one of the
Let's go.
sneak guys from Cal this year is going to be was it Woodson, the safety.
Listen,
Craig Woodson. But
sir.
another sleeper
gonna be
from
a steal.
Cal.
listen, as a
No,
guy
no.
who criticizes Justin Wilcox, who has a great resume in college football, everywhere he's gone, he's helped teams win, titles, conference house, all that stuff. His offense is trash, but when it comes to defense, in a short amount
Okay,
of time,
Walker just fucking choked. Oh my god.
yeah. And so the point is that this is one of the most talented Cal defense in quite some time.
I agree on that. No Williams too going to be drafted as well. Like
All we need is
there's
good
a lot.
offensive coordinator.
There's like 4 or 5 Cal players that are going to be drafted and probably
Yeah.
be pretty good players.
Oladejo is UCLA, not Cal.
Yep.
But
Oh yeah, so sorry. Thank you.
It's just unfortunately next season because we lost our starting quarterback and a lot of players went to the transfer portal. We're going to be horrible next year.
That's right.
honestly, I don't think
Yeah.
John. You guys brought in a 5-star freshman quarterback.
Well, he's not going to start because I think they got
He might.
some guy
But you
from
got that other that Ohio State kid too. He might be good.
what was I gonna say? They got some guy who transferred from like a Division
Ohio State.
2 or a subdivision 1 school.
You
Who
guys brought in.
he's
an
at the
Ohio
top of the
State
depth chart, but
transfer.
he only has 63 snaps in like 3 years. So
Let me see who that is. But I know you brought in a Ohio State transfer as well.
That's exciting.
anyway, but that's for like a video on my channel. Because I think I'm gonna do like a lot of cow stuff in start playing.
All right.
Yep.
Well, it's late, guys. You know I gotta go.
Mhm.
Tune in tomorrow night, folks. NFL draft starts day 1, round 1.
Mhm.
We're gonna see some madness happen.
Mhm.
Shout out to the Raiders because they always do something crazy.
Yes.
Raiders,
Um,
Saints,
Leather-
Cowboys. You can
Raiders.
count on it.
Leather whooped 2.0.
Got
Listen,
a lot of
listen.
smart
You know,
people
it's
in
like-
LA.
Listen, I said this earlier, and I'm going to say it again. They drafted Carr, and he was from the Mountain West. How did that turn out? That's horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, but over there they got Chip Kelly, they got Tom Brady, they got John Spytek, and they got
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah, Pete,
So be
we'll see.
careful.
Dude, Walker fucking sucks, man.
We'll
oh my
see.
god.
I hope you're right
Yeah,
because
well, we'll
I
see,
have a lot
buddy.
of friends.
They always do something. So,
Kenny, I have
I mean-
a lot of friends who are Raider fans. So I grew up nearby Oakland.
Yeah.
And-
all right, folks.
Yeah.
So, tomorrow, it all starts. It all goes down. The speculation goes away, and what
Yes.
happens.
That's
Yeah,
go.
and we'll know who
So-
looks like an ass and who's smart tomorrow.
As Corey Davis said, and join me and Levi. We're going to be here for the whole draft.
Okay.
So, as Corey Davis says, go 49ers and F all 31 other teams.
Yep.
True.